Welcome back to some D&D. Ooh, excuse me. I just got back from a lunch date, so I've got the elk burger burps, which is to say that I had a burger that upset my stomach. Shocking with elk meat, but last time we left off with the Ironheart Merchant Company. The party had finally arrived in the city of the Genasi Vang Vad, the capital and only known city on the map that the Genasi ran, allowing the party to go and investigate, explore, and see a little bit of the town. However, as they learned quite quickly upon arriving, this would not be such an easy invite, with Rolliman not only butting heads quite quickly, annoyed with one of the guard captains, but also the party having a surprise visit by an Earth Genasi Uldren. As the party would find out more about Uldren's doings, as he had set up a full assassination preparation and guild in the hopes of pleasing James, under his orders and working with the Iron Warden and the orders from them, the party managed to not only gather as much information as they could, but getting him into cuffs quite quickly, and then managing to get through the city to explore and learn what was going on. As the party would find out that Uldren had not only kidnapped the brother of the current king of the Snowbeards, but had also been supposedly getting orders from a fake James, the party was left with nothing but to wonder that there might be more going on. And with about a week off, they think they've pretty much nailed what was going on in the background with that. But as the team continued on, meeting up at the castle inside the large city itself, the party would end up with their invite finally accepted after a little bit of discussion with one or two of the other daughters. Primordial, the queen herself, are meeting with the group, and even Rolliman managing to please her with a impressive dance. Although, unfortunate to the party, they saw that Primordial was not afraid to keep up with her promises, killing her own daughter right in front of them just to send a message. A pregnant daughter at that. Though, as the party managed to diplomacy their way through, convincing her that it was better in a sense to work with them than against them, and offering to assist with the situation on Julium and Uldren, the party managed to convince the Genasi to back them in a sense if James decides to go after the Snowbeard territories, though that in itself left the party slightly suspicious, though at the time with little time to investigate or ask further. With the party then leaving, heading down, they would be stopped by what they thought might have been Rolliman's child. At first, though, quickly realizing it potentially could not be. Meeting a kid that had psionic-like abilities, the party would quickly rush off with the now called living drift after managing to convince Primordial to give her back, as well as managing between James and Rolliman to head out to the city before things could get worse. Cinder staying behind for a moment only to watch a little bit of true old school parenting going on as Primordial came down and like the... Oh, what's that one, Tyler Perry, a Medea. Like a Medea grandmother that she is, beat the living crap out of that poor child for trying to attack them. After the party then decided to continue back to the ship, getting themselves tucked in and thinking on what they wanted to do about Uldren, Julium being somewhere in the city, having hopefully the place being secured by Primordial's guards, as well as her daughter's guards. The party found themselves resting for a moment, about an hour or two before the sounds of something climbing up on the sides of their ship. As we return back to episode 48, A Holy Divide Part 2, the year is 65,008, the month is the Silenced, or December, the day is the 18th, and it is late into the night, with the skies completely blacked out and no moonlight whatsoever. As we return back, gentlemen, what would you like to do?
Oh, I hear someone climbing on my boat.
Yeah, Bowles and Cameron's court here.
Yeah, I'm in my room with the Drift just
Rolliman down in his room looking after Drift. Cinder down below, setting himself up James in the captain's quarters.
Can how rushed does this climbing seem? Does it seem like it's someone hurrying, or is it more like they are trying to sneak up on me, but just failing horribly?
I'll take a listen or a sense motive. To note, the sense motive DC is going to be higher because you're trying to assume by the climbing at best. So you're not going to get much more.
Oh, I'm giving you a listen. There's no difference between.
That's fair. Give me a listen check.
There's a small difference, but.
Let's see what you got then. 18. They seem to be a capable climber, seemingly only making noise because it sounds like they are thunking something into the side of your ship. Quite quickly, you'd guesstimate probably they're climbing daggers, or something of the sort, as the sounds, as you kind of take a minute. That's not a kind thing to do to the side of an airship. Usually doesn't mean good news. You don't have your ladders down, lest you recall. So your crew should all be tucked away for the most part at night. The few sentries up above, kind of keeping watch. So from what you can tell, it sounds like the person's quite capable. This isn't rushed. This seems methodical. It's just loud because something seems to be actually pincushioning your ship.
Someone is stabbing my fucking boat. These assholes.
What are we gonna do about it?
Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? Let's see.
Well, fucking throw them off the boat.
I will say, James, your airship does sport a horn system from the captain's quarters that you can shout into, that goes down into the barracks. However, to note, you do have to speak quite loudly, and you're pretty sure that they would be able to hear you if they have a decent listen. So if you have magic, just as a point, but something for you to kind of consider.
I have magic. I have a lot of magic.
There's red flag 1.
Launched into this man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what I can do.
It also not necessarily be an enemy.
It could not. It could be the Iron Warden. It could be Nar. It could be Nar-in-Law. It could be...
I'd love for it to be Hydrathian or Hydraxian just climbing up casually with daggers.
Could be Little Scarf.
Get into another argument with him. Little Scarf would just appear from my fucking shadow like Batman.
Could be, yeah, I was gonna say, it could be Crump Jr.
I will skin him.
It better not be. How would he get here?
Not literally, because his party is heading towards the Crystal Giant
If it is Crump Jr. through some DM bullshittery,
could be Rain.
Will skin him. I will have a new scarf.
Could be Rain.
You could
be
also
Grandpa.
go fucking look.
Yeah, you could. There's a ton of options here. You have a lot of enemies, man.
You could also walk downstairs and tell us without using the announcements because they're still climbing.
I'm gonna just, walk downstairs.
Alright, I'm gonna roll something real quick, but let me update my absence.
I'm heading down and I'm getting roll them in and fucking...
You're just gonna grab me for all your problems?
Yes.
You're gonna see me first. I'm with the crew.
Who the fuck is Who's Banana Bazaar?
That's Trent. What the fuck is Trent doing here?
He just quoted he did a Crump quote. Alright, so Crump in the background, we just cut to him really quickly, and shaving under his chin as he sits in the coffin in the background, looking in the mirror as he's completely blank and just cutting at himself. Sorry about that. As you head down below, James, kind of going out your front door, looking over, kind of watching the ship, the sentries look to be kind of sitting about. One of the rough bloods kind of looks to be sitting up on the at the wheel, kind of just looking out. Another, as you look up towards the crow's nest, you can see what looks to be a frost giant kind of standing up on top of it, looking down. But none of them seem to be bothered as you kind of head for the stairs, kind of opening up the latch, climbing, heading down the stair set, closing it behind you as you head into the main barracks. Seemingly, most of the barracks are filled with sleeping frost giants, the catfish, a few of the 2 Thrycreen of...
Hammer and Forge.
Thank you. as well as a few other crew members that kind of catch your attention as you kind of continue on heading past. You see Cinder's bunk at the very back. He looks to be completely relaxed, kind of chilling in one of the bunks. Though he has his own room, still deciding sometimes to sleep in the barracks amongst the crew. Though it is in the back corner alone as you look at it. Rollman, as you look down the hallway towards the back of the main floor, the door looks to be open currently for his room, as he seems to be, from what you'd guess, probably still nursing to drift.
I'm going to wake Cinder up and be like, someone's stabbing my boat.
Walk over to Cinder. Almost immediately, as you look down, your shadow covering Cinder. His one good uncovered eye opens up almost immediately, looking at you.
I almost swing, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm just now imagining the meme of I threw up.
That's what I was just about to say.
Mom,
I was literally about to put that in the chat.
I threw up. Cinder, someone's climbing the boat.
Of course. I have a single. I'll get up. I'll grab my little staff. One night apiece.
Okay, get up. As Cinder kind of throws his legs out, James kind of taking a step back. Cinder going underneath the bunk, pulling out his items. You see the back. Oh, as he kind of gets up the back of the bed, or rather the bed's surface, looks to be kind of slightly damp. And you can feel the slight cold wind coming out from under the bed. It's almost as if Cinder's entire bunk is freezing cold. That kind of gives you, as you look about, why the rest of the crew does not sleep anywhere near him.
Right. That actually reminds me. As of last level, Cinder now has a thin layer of frost on his skin at all times.
I was going to point that out. However, with the no torchlight, it's dark in here, so he can't see that you're you'd be glimmering under the light. Almost as if you had like a translucent skin or tape over you. Yeah, but as Cinder kind of stands up, the darkness kind of all around Cinder, as you look about, the rest of the crew looks to be completely out cold, as James kind of looks a little worried, but also at the same time kind of looking like he was expecting something of this sort.
All right. I'll go get ready by the stairs. You get rolling, I guess.
I'll go and then we'll go up. I could hear him stabbing daggers in, so expect knives.
Turns out that's how you climb things that have a flat surface. You freaking, as he kind of mumbles.
Cinder sitting back
as I walk down Roland.
Cinder walking back, remembering the Siege 101 that all young nobles are taught. You know, James received a full military education, has understanding on how to siege.
You either have climbing daggers, you have a grappling hook, or you walk on the surface with magic. There's no other option, or you fly.
Hey, good news. These guys obviously aren't magical.
They don't have a grappling hook.
Yeah, so hopefully they're poor.
And they can't fly. Look, I've knocked out 3 other options.
As James starts to head back, Cinder, give me a listen check to see if you hear anything as you head over towards the stairs. I mean, other than, of course, the light snoring of your compadres.
Rain your ears. What do you hear?
Ear.
He hears.
Damn, 26. As you listen out, for a moment, it's almost quiet, and then you hear a little bit of someone sound like almost like a loud thud, like they've just put all their weight down on something, taking a moment, gathering that's probably someone climbing over, and then the quietest, seemingly quickest scream for a second of someone up above, and then silence as a moment later something falls, as you hear a heavy thud once more.
Let's kill someone.
Yeah. One of the rough bloods is dead, or probably the frost giant, to be honest.
As you kind of listen, watching back, jumping over to James, as you head down the hallway, looking in as you do, you can see Roland's room is set up like it normally is. His working out equipment, his sparring dummies, and well as much of his training equipment. He seems to be kind of sitting by the bedside where Drift is complete. Doing yoga.
Roland, you gotta keep loose, man.
as you look in, Roland's like unarmed, or it is not he is unarmored technically, but in his normal like nobleman's clothing or noble merchantman's clothing that he carries. I think it was that is what you bought. Can't remember if it was actual noble clothing or if it was just the merchant one.
High merchant is what I think he kind of.
But the bright green suave suit that seems to flex with him almost perfectly as he's sitting there, limbering up. Drift is snoozing quietly, laying on his bed as he just kind of looks up at you at this point. One leg behind him, kind of like his hand holding it as it's bent like a ballerina, basically. The other leg kind of sat out in front as he's like leaning towards it, and you realize Roland is flexible.
Shouldn't be super surprised. I'm sure I've seen this before.
It's true.
Always surprises me that you're that flexible. Someone's intruding on the ship. We need to get up there before they kill too many people. Come on.
And I just frown and be like, all right, I'll be up in a minute.
As I'll go back.
As you turn back, seeing for a moment, Cinder's eyes begin to kind of glow for a second, recognizing the owl's wisdom spell that he casts on himself. As Roland kind of finishes his last second and then lets his left foot go and stands back up.
I'm pulling out my hammer and my shield.
Okay.
Fucking.
Roland, I assume you're gonna just switch your gear back on and then head over?
Yeah.
Okay. As Roland activating his ring, as he closes the door behind him, James a few feet in front of him walking over as the two of you head over. It looks like Cinder's eyes are slightly glowing from the spell as he looks up towards the stairway, kind of looking as if he's ready for a fight.
I just simply ask where.
Up. As I point up the stairs.
I'll just point
really?
So I'll just point like in the direction that I heard. Like someone's already dead. I heard a thump someone get thrown off the ship.
All right, follow me. If you see any of the rough bloods or anyone up there, warn them. And I will go up and lead the charge.
All right.
Trying to like keep quiet footsteps, but I'm moving like not slow.
Okay. We won't do initiative yet because they have nothing's seen you guys yet, so we'll wait to pull it until then. But we'll go down. I'll go down in the order of what I assume. So is it going to be Roland followed by James followed by Cinder, or is it Roland, Cinder, James?
Roland, James, Cinder.
Okay.
I'm sandwiched in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably in the back, and when it gets to me.
Okay.
All
right.
As we go up. Roman, do you want me to boost you ahead of time?
If you can spare it. This might not be...
I can give you one. I just need to make sure I have it right. Because I will tap you and cast Animalistic Power.
Okay. That's
giving you a
+2
+2 on Strength, Dex, and Con.
Alright.
Okay, let me grab something just really quickly.
And that will last 7 minutes, so should be pretty good.
Okay. Let me see if I have this written down right. Okay, cool. Perfect. Alright, so you're casting what on him? Sorry.
Animalistic Power.
Okay. Roloman, you feel as immediately the sounds of the creature, or of a creature in your head begin to roar. You feeling your body kind of growing in strength and intensifying as the muscles start to grow out and expand. A little bit more muscle and oomph kind of expanding onto your body. Nothing you're not used to at this point as you stand there.
I'm moving forward.
Okay. I'm in the wrong document. Give me a moment. I thought it was in the right one. No, that is not the right one. Where is it? Just one momento as I pull up a quick Kingdom document note so that way I don't have this wrong. That's why, because I can't spell. Don't you gotta appreciate when you can't spell your own lore.
I was gonna say, just the can't spell thing, I've been there.
Yeah,
to find something.
Can't spell. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Alright. So, as you head on, continuing, or as you open up the latch and kind of peeking your head out just a little bit, Rollman at first, to kind of look around, you can see what looks to be the body overall. First question, do you have dark vision?
I have low light vision.
So you let me
have dark vision from your goggles.
I don't have them on right now. But I will
double check.
use 2 charges of my scout headband to have see invisibility for 10 minutes.
Okay. Alright. Just double checking. Yeah, so no. As you look out, it is dark. And what immediately flicks to that as you look out, Rollman, is first off, you don't see any creatures, but give me a search check real quick. Initial view, you don't see anything, and as you look around, it is pitch black, as if the torches and lanterns that are on the upper deck of the ship have been put out on purpose.
Okie dokie.
Let's see what you got. $14. As you look about, your eyes kind of scanning around, kind of twisting your head fully about, there is not a single individual walking around that seems to be invisible. However, it is too damn dark to see anything. The only thing you can confirm is that within 5 feet there is nothing.
I'll use the last charge for dark vision.
Okay. With 60 feet or 30 feet, is it?
60 feet.
60 feet. As you look out into the shadows towards the mast, you can see what looks to be the frost giant that was on watch, laying there in a bit of what looks to be a pool. Though, strangely enough, as you look up, if he had fallen, he should have crashed through the top of the top deck with ease, kind of setting the alarm. Yet that wasn't. You didn't hear anything. And even Cinder only mentioned hearing the most, only noted hearing the briefest of sound, and that someone was dead. So as you look out, though, 60 feet around, there's no one on the lower deck or on the lower part of the upper deck. Towards the head or the front of the ship, there's nothing that you can see. Looking back, there's nothing toward or above the captain's quarters at the rails. So, which immediately flags as there should be a member there, a rough blood there.
I would say, yeah. I would also know where the guards would be usually. Correct?
Yes, yeah, that's why I'm pointing this out. The rough blood being the only other one up there, she should be easily seen from the staircase as you look
these
up.
the only two?
Correct.
People that. Okay.
Yep, you guys are in a friendly port. You didn't need to go full arms to the teeth, so.
Yep, and this is the only way down into the.
Correct.
Lower
well,
ship,
other than the grate that that has to be opened up from below. But yes, currently it is the only way down.
Okay.
Cinder's thinking something too. I heard him typing something. So
I'm prepping things.
Oh, got you.
I will cast.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead and catch yourself first, and I'll talk.
I'm gonna cast Linked Perception because I feel like this is a good time.
Okay.
Which I've never put out before. How weird it describes sounds. We can all hear of each other's ears and see out of each other's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very
headache-inducing.
It's very odd. Well, it does say your senses are muddled for just a second when it gets used to it, and then it corrects itself.
Yep. So basically a round. Which, to be fair, you're not in combat right now, so it's not that big of an issue. But I mean, and it's also it's dark and quiet right now, so almost mysteriously quiet, other than the three of you making noise and the light snoring down from below.
I'll say to you to stay here. I'm gonna go investigate the body, figure out how they died.
I'll nod, and then can I, with my newly higher listen, make a listen check, try and see if I can find where this guy went? Because he's on the ship somewhere.
Can I try for a spot check?
Yeah, sure. We'll have you two do your checks as Rollman before Rollman goes up. 24, so nat 1.
Getting to this on top of what I
It's
have.
It's a +8 because snow's nearby. It's a +8.
Oh no. Okay. As you look out, James, kind of trying. Do you have dark vision as well?
Yes, I do. 60 feet.
Looking out, it's almost strange. There's no one or anything. But immediately as you look over, to note, your ship is designed for storm giant size or frost giant size, right? So it's a big ship, right? To keep in just thought process. The walls have to be a lot thicker to maintain a ship of this size. And as you look, one thing you do catch as Roland kind of starts to climb up and kind of head up onto the deck is over on the side, whatever they were using to pierce the ship to climb went right through. As you can see, an exit wound from where, like an exit point for the dagger, which means that they had to have pretty decent strength to pierce through a 24 AC.
Spending so long fixing that.
And really strong daggers, because even with that strength, that would have snapped normal daggers or similar.
Mending spell will fix that, just to keep point, James.
What?
Mending spell will fix that, just to keep in point.
Yeah, I know, but I only get 4 of them a day.
Yeah. But as you look back, that's the only thing that does catch your attention as you kind of look down. Cinder kind of nods at that and kind of quietly mentioning the fact that the dagger should have snapped if it was going in. Kind of catches your attention almost immediately, James, as you're reminded this isn't just a normal wooded ship. The wood used is extremely sturdy, and I believe it's the magical wood because I think it's great wood.
It's living oak, yeah. So this isn't just regular wood. This is solid trees essentially.
So as you see this, now Roman, as you climb up, are you trying to hide your like the sound of you moving, or are you just fully trying to be like out and about?
I'm gonna do it stealthily.
Okay.
Not to.
Give me a move silently and a hide check.
Okay. Let me see what my negative is.
However, if you are choosing to just do one or the other, that's fine as well. No.
Just move silently then.
Okay.
Because I'm not like hiding, walking over to the body.
Yeah. That you can just do a move silently if you'd like. Then let's see what you got.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Tiptoe to the window.
Suddenly Roman like becomes like SpongeBob. His legs become
21.
really thin, and he starts like tiptoeing. Oh wow, nice. 21. As you surprisingly, even with his armor and his weapons, you'd expect a bit of noise. Roman, almost immediately as he gets the door open, seems to quietly lower it back down, handing it to kind of James to hold as James watches out, just with it slightly crooked open. Roman seems to not make a sound as he walks out, avoiding a couple of beams. As his joints being a little bit more flexible, he's able to take a longer and wider step as you see him like specifically avoiding one portion of the deck over another, finally making it over without seemingly noticing anything, or anything noticing him. As you walk over to the body, looking down at it, upon immediate inspection before skill checks come into effect, you can see the neck is clearly slit. The frost giant's beard has been shaven off. And like taken. There's also a pretty large brand of what looks to be a gray stone on his like chest with a rough depiction of what looks to be a fire. It looks like a couple of squiggly lines. Could be vapors. It could be anything, but immediate thought, it looks like it could be fire. With the like strange orangish color to it. Looks like he got branded with something with calorium in it. Looking down at the rest of his body, his shirt's gone, so his top armor is completely removed. Just a basic leather masterwork that James put together, which is about 1,000 gold pieces on the market, roughly. And then, though he still has his pants, he does not have his shoes, which you would have noted all of the frost giants do have some sort of boots or something to kind of wear when they're climbing up on there. They seem to also be missing. His toes look to be all but missing, but his big ones on both sides.
Okay. Is there any like blood splatters?
Yes. So behind his body, there is not. As you kind of lift it up lightly, it does not look like he died from the impact, nor that he made a hard impact because he should have splattered. Looking at the top of it, the only bit of blood you can see is around his neck. But you can give me a search check to see if you can find anything unique about it.
Yeah, because they cut off his toes and suppose they took them.
I have a question.
Uniquely, there's no blood coming out of it. Go ahead.
I have a question. This is pertinent. Does Featherfall activate on non-living things?
It can if it's commander delayed. Because you can technically create a delayed spell for anything, and there's a metamagic for it.
No, the effect I'm worried about here is our crow's nest, our crow's nests are enchanted with Featherfall if someone falls out, so they don't fucking die.
Yep. So it would have activated as soon as he... Oh, you're asking when it would activate. So as soon as someone stepped off, like, immediately it would activate.
Yeah, but would it distinguish from person or corpse, or object, essentially?
Yes, it would... the spell would only work on a living creature.
Okay, so we know it wasn't that, at least.
Yes, and I'm going to be very specific with those words. It would only work on a living creature. Dead creatures, it would not apply unless the spell was specifically designed for that in mind.
Was this person in the crow's nest, or were they just?
Yes, they were at they were in the crow's nest.
Like it is, he just got pushed off, and then they fought, and then they died.
But yeah, let's see what you got for your search check.
Yeah, this doesn't get a bonus from your perception, right?
No. But I'll give you I'll give you a +5 for it because of, or you can add your healing bonus to the check because this will be kind of a mix.
Like my ranks in heal.
Yeah. Because this is kind of a mix.
They argue my ranks in mercenary. Instead.
On the grounds that you've seen a lot of battle wound injuries.
Sure.
All right, sure, I'll take it. It's not gonna be as good as a heal, but
13.
I think you know it didn't matter. As you looked at, well, first off, toes bleed. You know that for a fact. Fingers are one of the most notorious bleeders. As you look down, it's not. It looks as if the wound was completely cut. You can see the muscle is still pinkish in color. The blood is slightly bluish as it's pooling, which, from your knowledge of frost giants, similar to your own species, their blood goes from a traditional color inside and then to red when it oxidizes. Some species blue, green, it changes, but they all, when oxidized, become red. Except for like unique creatures, but we're not getting into that right now. As you look at the rest of him, you do see what looks to be both his wrists have cut marks that look to be just deep enough to have nicked the vein. But there is no blood in them. As you look at his neck, thinking there might be like bite marks or something, nothing seems to be there. As you go to flick his eyes open, you do notice both his eyes are gone.
So I do have a vampiric weapon that I use. Is this in at all similar to how that functions?
This is not, does not seem to be a vampiric enchant, no. Not from what you can tell, nor does it seem to have anything to do with vampires, as from what your knowledge would be, these creatures usually leave a bite mark somewhere on the body, and as you, in inspecting, you don't see anything.
Did this person die from blood loss or blunt, like trauma?
From what you can tell, you'd guesstimate the throat cut.
Okay.
You think you'd guesstimate the toes are probably afterwards. The slit wrist, probably, from what you can tell, probably happened around the same time. It looks like probably a quick 3-strike. The eyes also being taken afterwards. I figure you assume.
Do I know what this brand is?
With the profession mercenary on give me a profession mercenary or knowledge nobility. I will give that to Cinder and James as well, which I'll take a knowledge.
They can see this, I guess.
Yeah, so I take a knowledge religion from any of you as well if you want to try and see if you recognize this symbol.
Hello.
So nobility, religion, or if you have a profession, that makes sense. So profession mercenary for sigils.
18 for mercenary.
Okay. You do recognize this, but I'll get to that in a minute. James,
for religion.
You do not recognize this as a religious symbol, which is good news.
Hooray! It's not a cultist.
20?
Nobility.
If he rolled religion and actually good enough to do that, I'll make that the nobility. I have the same modifier.
Nobility. Okay, you also recognize this. Cinder and Rolliman, you recognize this both as the sigil of Clan Rose, or not Clan Rose, Clan Stone.
Of course it is.
And not only that, but as you recognize this with the profession mercenary, Rolliman, you recognize this. This is these wounds are common amongst the individuals who serve as not personal guards, but some of the higher elite troops amongst the Clan of Stone. Are typically trained to take out Gloom and other proto-fiends that are assassin-like creatures. Kind of taking a second and you remembering that these individuals are most often trained from birth and basically brainwashed. So you are dealing with some sort of terrifying killer, basically that has no mercy. Though what race it could be literally anything. They tended to kidnap and bring in individuals like this. One of these creatures are said to be equal to about roughly a level 10 adventure from a game mechanic perspective.
So they got up to the crow's nest and killed this person. Did they climb the ladder, or is there pop marks in the post?
It does not look like there are pock marks in the post.
So they use a ladder.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Cinder, to note for the knowledge nobility, recognizing the Clan Stone sigil, it looks to have been altered slightly, and it catches your attention. The fire being underneath the stone tells you this isn't the traditional, as usually the fire is behind the stone. In a sense, to give that like bronze burn, or the berserker's rage, as many like to quote it towards. The fact that it's being put under could mean that this is another branch of the family, or even worse, this could be a personal sigil of one of the members that got out. Which those of the clan of Stone, traditionally, historically, aren't the most pleasant individuals, given their parentage.
Okay.
Okay, with that, I'm gonna do something.
We get from this spot for sure.
I'm gonna cast.
Go ahead.
Whispering Sand, because I'm kind of able to get both Rollerman and James with the same cast.
Okay. What's the distance on that spell?
I believe it's a mile.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Isn't something like a mile per caster?
I don't think it gets bigger. I think it's just a mile, but doesn't really matter in this case.
That is fair.
What do you want to say?
If you want, I can get her on the ship probably within about 10 seconds. Check the whole thing. I'd be able to talk to you the whole way, technically.
Are these assassins from Stone known for their speed?
Well, yes and no. Most are. They're more known for their stealthing and trapping. So they're not really. While they were known to go onto the battlefield, it was more common to lure armies in to attack them, to give them the best advantage. Most likely, if these individuals are coming after you guys on your ship, they already staked out your ship and knew what they were looking into. This is definitely a more calculated attack, if that's the case.
I don't know if that's a great idea. They might have planned for that since
I'm gonna specify I won't be on the ship. I'll be flying outwards, which I've never shown to be able to do before. It's a spell I've never used.
Okay.
So unless they can shoot me from hundreds of feet out, I don't think they're going to be doing it.
Let me check where the other Ruffled was standing guard. Is that far away?
It's about a good, I'd say 30 or 40 feet over towards the stairs and up to the top of them. Which the stairs are about 15 feet up in total to get up to the actual deck where the wheel is.
Would it be very exposed over there, or am I able to check out the guard spot?
It's got guardrails, but and there are not many built. There's only the city's large exterior castle that seems to be tall enough to look towards you guys. But your ship's taller than the others, and the that are kind of set up a few feet or about say 500 or so feet from you. So you're going to be exposed. Yes, you're out in the open, but it's definitely a lot higher up than anywhere else.
All right.
So if you're thinking snipers, yeah, go ahead.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking if I'm investigating the body, if I'm being seen by the...
Oh, got you.
I'll head back to the other two, and I'll just nod to Cinder, be stealthy.
All right, as with your move silently, as you continue heading, kind of lightly moving and kind of avoiding the specific planks as you make your way over.
Actually, before that, am I near the grate?
Yes.
Is there anything that's compromised with it?
As you look back at it, a quick glance. Yeah, give me a spot check. We'll call it for a second.
Okay, and I do get a bonus to this, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
+8.
What? 16.
16. As you kind of look at for a second, investigating the edges, it looks completely fine. The grate's is still pretty thin to get through. You'd have to be the size of a small child to climb through that. Kind of as you kind of lightly hit it with your boot. It seems to move a little bit, but otherwise seems to stay sturdy. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. It doesn't look like it's been propped up.
How young are these?
Well, as I mentioned, they're taken from birth. So go ahead, Roland.
And from how the frost giant died, a small child couldn't have done that. From how the wounds look.
The frost giant's
the throat slit.
I mean, the sword wound's pretty, or the sword wound, the cut wound is pretty deep. I mean, whoever did had to have some decent power. Also, as you look up, the crow's nest is thin as is. There's not much space to move around with a giant or a frost giant on it, let alone to like walk out on the side beams where many of them like to stand. It would take a either someone who could float in the air or someone who is able to climb a frost giant quite quickly to get up to the throat and into their wrists. Otherwise, they'd have to be standing in front of them to deliver these wounds.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As you turn and then start doing your yoga positions back, bending as best you can as he shows his flexibility. One point doing a light or a very quiet backflip just for style to get to in front of the grate.
Roman's very serious right now.
Gotcha.
He thought about doing a backflip. He was like, no.
But as you open up the latch and kind of come back down, keeping it slightly open just so you can kind of look about, standing next to Cinder and James as you look in, they seemingly seeing everything you had seem to kind of understand what you looked at.
All right. I hope this goes well. As I look like I'm about to run, and then I turn into an owl and start flying into the sky.
Ooh! All right. As you transform yourself and you go, or you kind of step back down the stairs, looking up, and then as James kind of leans to the side to look back at what you're doing, immediately as you start taking off, running up the stairs, pushing past Roland, kind of leaning to the side to get out of your way, as you turn into an owl and flap your wings out of the small hole. As you fly into the sky, this almost winter owl that looks quite beautiful as it flies up, the eyes gleaming as it does. It seems to fly, 100 feet above the ship, you said?
Yeah, I'm going to go 100 feet out, and I'm going to start doing a fly around with the ship.
As the creature disappears into the darkness, Rollman and James, as your dark vision doesn't go far enough out, you see as the owl vanishes into the night. Cinder starts to circle it. Cinder, you have 60 feet, or do you have 100 and some feet of dark vision?
It's 60. I wanted to get 100 out so I can do swoop-ins to see parts of the ship, so I'm not in range for very long to be seen.
Oh, okay. All right. Give me a search check to see if you if anything catches your eye. As you look for these anything out of the ordinary of these individuals.
Come on, man.
17. As you look about, there's not a single sight of these creatures or anything else. As you swoop down quickly, you do see a couple mice that seem to be kind of rushing to the sides of the ship as they see, or rather hear you swooping about, or seemingly notice you as you swoop about, to note, because owls, of course, fly silently. As you flutter back into the air, coming down for a second one, yet again up towards the captain, or up towards the top of where the wheel is, you see there's no one there. No blood, no signs of damage, no signs of a struggle. There's nothing. As you flutter back into the air, flying about, going towards the crow's nest, you see what looks to be a single almost like gray piece of parchment, kind of fluttering with on a nail.
That is so a trap.
The owl circles around, slightly giving a quite as it does. I will note you can all still see through his eyes, so you can still see this.
It has a certain range to it.
No, yeah, it's like a 30-foot thing, but they'll still be able to hear my thoughts because of the whispering sand.
Ah, fair enough.
So they're going to hear, I see the most obvious trap in the world. There is something nailed.
I might have a spell for that. Give me a moment. How far away is it up the mast?
It is at the very top, and it is pinned to the the top side of it. This was clearly not made to be easily found by someone.
would you say it's within 40 feet?
No, well, if you could get on top of the crow's nest, yes. If you're at the bottom of the thing, no, it's like 130 feet, I think would be what would have to be for a sail that size. Yeah.
You just think we have the shortest sails in the world?
This isn't the Iron Mule. This is your baby, man. You built this thing up to be a great warship.
Thing to be beautiful, and now it's biting me in the ass.
Yeah, the East Indiaman is a big ship, man. You asked for this one. If you want a Kelch, go rob Monday. Hey, you guys can turn around and go steal Monday. Yeah.
Did you ever find like corpse of the Red Flood?
I just mentioned that he saw that there was nothing there. No one's there. Yeah. No signs of battle, no nothing.
Everyone's gone. There's no blood. There's no marks. Nothing.
Okay. I will go... Cinder, when you get back, I will go down and do a check down there too, just to be safe.
I will note, the captain's quarters, just because I feel like this is a particular thing, because not all ships are like this, the door is on the top deck, on the lower of the top deck. Because the roof, and it's not windowed like most of them. The door is. The door has glass in it, but it's, of course, naturally normally dark in there.
With me having left, the door would have been open.
Shut.
You don't shut your doors?
It would be shut behind you, because I'm not going to assume James was raised in a barn because he's a nobleman. And I'm just gonna say he wouldn't have locked it because he wouldn't have a reason to in that sense because he's never had to before. So that would make sense. But I will state that is the only thing I would mention is that there is a separate room up there that you guys have not investigated. And from what Cinder can see with the owl thing, he can't get a good enough glimpse in there for long enough to be able to tell anything, unless he decided to prop down on the bucket or like a barrel or something like that and look in.
Cinder, when you get back, I will investigate the captain's quarters.
Yeah, just hold on. I'm checking something. So I think I can read that note without getting near it.
I will say, from what you can tell, it looks like it's closed and sealed. So there's you can't see it writing. Yeah. No, this looks like it was...
to read things from like 60 feet away. I was so excited to use it.
I mean, if you have something to like Unseen Servant or something like that to peel the wax off, you could fully do it.
That's what I was going to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, but the letter is sealed. Like, it's not just lived out.
I do. Wait, hold on.
Yeah. As you flutter about for a second, looking around, Rollman, as you give me a quick spot check just as you look over toward... Because from where the stairs are, you can see the captain's quarters door. So we'll see if you notice anything.
All right.
While Cinder quickly looks up his spells.
The bonus is +6 now, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not nearby.
Hey, I am gonna go land near you guys because I have a spell. It's gonna be really funny.
I think this is happening before Cinder gets here, though.
Yes. This is while Cinder's fluttering about. This will be you kind of looking over as he. 28. Okay. As you look in, you do notice something strange. The candles are out. It is black in there. Even if James rushed down, he wouldn't have had a reason to put those out while he was inside the captain's quarters. He's got his whole ship is set up to be fireproof for that reason. As you take a second thinking about it, it's kind of weird that he would have put out those and then rushed down. As you think for a second, Rollman, jumping back over to Cinder before we push that fully. Cinder, yes, what are you planning to do as you come to land on a barrel and look over as Rollman's kind of eyeing the door?
I cast Summon Nature's Ally to summon a monkey to go get the letter for me.
Rollman, I assume you're going to share the fact that the candles are out?
I will ask James, did you put out your candles in your room?
No, didn't have time to. I heard someone stabbing my boat.
They've either in there currently or they were in there. Let's wait for what Cinder's doing something. So let's wait for him to do something.
As you look over and see a monkey appear just in front of Cinder as an owl, and he seems to be hooting and making noises. The monkey seems to nod and go and climb the crow's nest.
The owl spell's not very long. It would have ended. It's a very short spell.
All right, Cinder's perched on a barrel.
Yeah, I say as Cinder, about halfway through, Cinder changes shape and continues finishing his orders to the monkey.
He's still hoozed.
Yeah.
He's still hooting.
As the monkey kind of nods. Immediately climbing up the side of the ship's main mast. As he gets to the top, you see as he reaches up, grabbing at the thing and pulling at it. As he sits there for a second and then waves it up in the air a few times. Immediately as he does, you watch as the monkey starts to incinerate. I need a fortitude save from the monkey.
No,
I knew
monkey.
it. I knew that it was a trap, and the monkey's
Not the monkey.
If it makes you feel better, since it's just a makeup of like spirits, it doesn't die. They just fall apart and go back to where they're from.
Roman doesn't know how your magic works.
+2.
That's true. I'm not really necessarily looking at the monkey though. I'm looking at the door.
Yeah. Well, in a minute you're going to.
Try it.
As the monkey incinerates, the letter seemingly fluttering in the air, a large, what looks to be red light just shoots out from it as it begins to create this almost illuminescent glow across the top deck of the ship that bathes it in this red light. You see the doors of the captain's quarters open up and start to hear screams from both sides of the ship as a battle cry utters out. Roll initiative, gentlemen.
What is it? What could it be?
What could it be, indeed?
Who the fuck is fucking with my stuff?
Oh, that...
The monkey did well.
Right.
The monkey did well? Did the monkey live? Is my question.
The monkey is not alive, no.
The monkey's gone.
Dude, monkeys have 4 health. Do I go last as usual? No. Wow. Interesting.
This is a dangerous day. Cinder's actually going before James.
Alright.
I on a +3.
James
You're rolling at 19? Nice.
James at 20. We got Rollman at 29. God damn it, Rollman.
Rollman is built to go first.
And Cinder 22. I still beat him, but only by 1
Oh wait,
point.
no, it's be a 30 because of the animalistic power.
Oh fuck, what's your dex?
With that 21.
No, you're like your dex mod, sorry.
+5.
+5?
The initiative plus modifier is
Fuck you! God damn it, you beat me by 1 point.
The fastest roll, but
Fuck. That's some bull. Alright, let me put those down. God damn, Rollman 30. 29, alright. Alright, as the signal flare lights up, the battle cry commences. It sounds like both sides of your ship are have been surrounded by multiple figures, though your ship is so high off the ground you thankfully don't see any figures, which at least tells you it's not mountain giants attacking you. The only positivity as you look on, as almost immediately the doors crack open and 3 large giant-like figures stand in the doorway, each standing around 18 feet in height, and each covered head to toe in what looks to be this black metallic armor, a heavy helmet that covers their face. Only thing giving away that their giant kin is their size, as they seem to look out in expectation as Cinder is, I imagine, taken a little bit aback as suddenly these 3 open the door.
He's
looking
on a barrel.
Now, one seems to bear a battle axe, the other javelins, and the last looks to have a sword and shield, and they all seem to have that same sigil of the stone with the fire underneath it emblazoned upon it.
Now, I have
fucking
a
with
quick
my
question.
shit, and it's Alfred fucking Stone.
Might be. Rollman, yes, what's your question?
So when Cinder went around on his owl, he didn't see anyone on the bottom, right?
Correct.
No hooks attached to the ship either, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. How high up is the ship currently?
Your ship is 120 some feet. Like, it's 100 plus feet to get to the main deck. No, it's on the ground.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You guys are docked, yeah.
Now, if I were to go to the helm, would I be able to raise the ship on my turn enough to not let people that are on the ground get up?
Yeah, it'd be a use magic device if you can make it up there.
How far away is it?
From the stairway you're at, that would be 20 feet to get to let me recalculate. 15 feet to get to the stairway. Another 10, 15 feet up, so that's 30, plus about Another 15 feet to get to the wheel. So 45-ish feet. Yeah, I think that's about a fair number. Okay. In total, because you're just basically assuming you're cutting corners just to be as close and as like quick as possible. Yeah, about 45 feet.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go try and do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to, as a swift action, using the full blades, or sorry, my armor, have activate haste per round.
Okay.
I give me an extra 30 feet of movement speed, so I get there with just my movement speed.
Okay. As you activate the haste, now you feel your body almost immediately like hitting the jitters, your legs feeling lighter, your body moving and feeling like you could jump over a wall with ease as you start to rush out. And getting up there to the wheel quickly as you look around, there doesn't seem to be anyone on either side. No markings, no nothing. As the wheel looks completely unbothered. However, you do notice the harness that normally keeps the wheel in place is gone.
Is that required to use it?
No, it's just to keep the ship from accidentally taking off because someone bumps into the steering wheel.
Interesting.
Or sorry, not take off, but turn. You don't want the bottom of the ship scraping against the dirt.
Look, we had enough Pierre problems. We know.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the Pierre situation.
Okay, I will go ahead and raise the ship up so that the sounds I heard on the side can't climb the ship.
All right, give me a use magic device roll, please.
Okay.
DC 20 at this point since you've used it so many times.
It's at 20 for me using it so many times?
Uh-huh. Okay. That's about the same as a wand. That is literally a normal use, and you're flying a ship. Let's see what you got, because I think the DC used to be like 25, because you were having a hell of a time getting it.
No, I never had an issue.
He literally can't roll that high. If it was that high, he would have never been able to use the ship.
Yeah, I've never had an issue.
He was shown how to fly these things by someone else.
Was it 20?
Oh
no, it was from Sunday. My apologies. No, so yours is 15. My apologies.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got because Sunday's got the weird ship. I forgot. That's not you guys. I have my ships mixed up.
James, isn't there also a modification to this that makes
it makes it much easier? Yeah.
So shouldn't that also learn more?
What modification are you talking about?
Let me pull up the modifications that are to the ship. I didn't have that up for this because I didn't think
that we were gonna do a sudden takeoff.
Yeah, that's.
No, suddenly you're not leaving here. You're just trying to get away from these creatures right now. Well, you might be leaving depending on what you find out on the ground.
That's true.
If it's a horde of dragons, for example, at that point it might be better to leave.
3.5 for current ship upgrades.
It's an army of flightless dragons.
Mm-hmm.
The wheel is weighted to make it easier to pilot. It is one-handed to make it easier to pilot, and it is improved mechanism to make it easier to pilot.
So it's for piloting, not for takeoff.
Yeah. So that would make it. Okay. Yeah, that's why. So the DC would be 10 if you wanted to continue on from there, and instead of just jump starting basically the thing out of nowhere.
Okay.
This thing also has a 75% chance of piloting itself at night.
Yes, if you have it set, but of course you guys are grounded and have, in a sense, the device off.
Oh no, I know that.
Rollerman. I mean, as you run up, using your main action to or your movement rather to get up there, grabbing hold of the wheel as you try to pull it back, trying to get to go up. Pulling on it, you feel the ship doesn't seem to move, as if something's stuck. As you look on, seeing the anchor still there where it's supposed to be, nothing seems to be wrong. Something seems to be off, and as you look down, seeing a small dagger kind of stuck in the mechanism, pulling it out, looks like the thing was designed, or someone had specifically stopped the thing from moving.
Okay.
They fucked with my boat.
You gotta keep saying it. Say it again.
Calm down, sir.
Can I remove the dagger?
Yeah. As you kind of pull the dagger off, setting it to the side, it looks like it's just a common, nothing special, what you'd expect on a common cut purse as you set it to the ground.
Alright, I'd like to use my belt of battle, 2 charges for a standard action.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it again.
Alright, let's see what you got. You gotta roll better than a 3. I know you got this.
One can hope.
Dude, I thought it. I wasn't gonna say it.
I didn't think it. I was like, there's no way.
You go to grab the wheel and like a little more irritable and with the charge going off, pull the wheel back to launch it up and get its nose in the air to activate it. Pulling back, you feel almost with a quick pull, the wheel's outer like little handle starts to crack a little bit, and as you immediately let go before breaking anything, you look on, see someone's been messing with the ship. There are little cuts in here and there. Someone's made it so that you're not getting this thing off the ground.
I'm going to kill.
Man, I rolled a 2 and a 1. That's fucked up. That's my turn.
I'm sorry, I tried to help you the best I could. As Roland ends his turn, the 3 assassins, who would be normally laughing if they could see this, look on at Cinder as he looks on at them with a completely serious face, saying his line, if you'd like, Cinder.
You killed my monkey. My name is Cinder. I'm going to kill you.
Cinder looks on at the 3 of them. They seem to kind of almost nod in unison as they do, and all 3 charge forward towards Cinder, thinking of him as the threat. As they walk over the stairs, James.
Which one's the biggest?
How's what?
I'm slapping him.
Well, what? It wouldn't be an attack of opportunity. No, actually, technically it would. You could hit their toes because you're still in the door, or in the doorway, or in the staircase in front. Yeah, you do get technically. By right, yeah, you get an attack of opportunity. Go ahead and just roll. Let's see what you can get.
Come on, Garen, be the mousetrap you're meant to be.
Fucking boat.
17 to their flat. We'll call it flat-footed because I can't see you. Does not succeed, as their chainmail shirts kind of glint in the as they walk past. As your hammer goes wide, thankfully none of them seem to look down towards you as they all draw like their weapons intent on skewering Cinder. Cinder just watches as you try to smack one, failing as it goes a little bit too short. Cinder just looks on with the last hope of at least getting one of these bastards off of him. All 3 will continue forward. Not actually charging, because that would be horrible. Actually, hold up. Let me double check something.
Come closer, all of you.
Nope, they don't have the movement to get to you for the bull rush, sadly. Oh well. Alright, all 3 are going to go forward, and the sword and board and axe one are going to walk up on you, right in front of you, and begin to swing. Let me just double check. Oh, it's only a plus 22 to hit.
Good number.
We'll just do 2 of them. 2 d20. Oh, plus 17. Let's make that RR so it doesn't fuck up. Perfect. 31 and 31.
Yeah, shockingly, I'm a druid.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, good news. You're only going to take 36. Oh. I'm on a crit killing tonight, boys. That's 2 perfect 6s on a d6. All right. As the axe comes down slamming into you and the sword skewers into you, Cinder, you feel as both kind of smash you with ease. They pull back, blood kind of seeping down from the wounds. They smile as you can hear a low laughter from underneath their darkened, scaled masks.
It is not blood that goes on their blades.
Oh.
It is ice chips.
Fair. As they crack through the ice, watching the coldness kind of dripping down onto the ground as they kind of stand over you, the javelin guy is going to look up, and with his height and angle, he is going to try and chuck 2 javelins at Rolliman.
Hey.
However, because he can see you. However, this does not do great, because, he can't see past his 2 bodyguards, technically, if I'm ruling as fair. So it's easier to turn around and throw these at you. However, I do not have a great range. Oh, well, not if I roll like that. That's a 19. Do I have improved critical? No, sadly. That is a 19 and 31.
The 31 hits.
The 31 hits. Oh, don't worry. It's going to really suck for how much damage this does. You take 3 points of damage as the thing sticks into you. However, as it does, immediately, all around you, the spell Obscuring Mist begins to cast. You are now considered obscure. Basically, they have a 50% chance of missing you when trying to hit you, because you are considered under total concealment. As you watch Cinder up above, a cloud of smoke envelops around Roloman, almost covering him immediately as one of the javelins catches and slams into him. All right. That ends their turn, and I'm concerned to say this, but Cinder, you are up.
Give him the hug of death.
Cinder raises a hand, I kiss my fingers, and I blow smoke at the enemy. I need reflex saves.
He's gonna blind them.
All three. What's the range on that? Just for my reference. Is it?
It's a 30-foot.
Okay.
30-foot radius.
Easily. Okay. Gotcha. D20 plus 6. 25, 12, and 15.
All right. Let's see.
That's
a plus 8 wisdom for the save. I think 2 fail.
Oh, it's usually 10 plus the. Okay.
Yeah, 25 barely makes it.
Whoo! All right.
The other 2 are permanently blind.
You see as they don't seem to react in the slightest.
That's fine. And they're gonna take a bit of damage.
Hey, hold up, I don't like that part.
It's only a bit. It's not that bad.
Don't make me return fire.
A bit. I mean a bit when I say a bit.
A 6 points of damage. To both.
To half to the third guy.
Okay. And what type of damage is this?
It says scalding steam, so I'm assuming fire. Even though it doesn't say.
Got you. Oops. Okay. Boom. Boom. And half to that guy. Boom. As the mist begins to envelop around their eyes for a moment, you hear as they seem to scream for just the briefest of moments as they seem shocked by the sudden helmet swarming and this seemingly hot steam around their eyes and face. But as it clears, kind of brushing it away in the wind, the creatures look down at you. Well, the 2 look down at you with a grin.
It doesn't clear.
Oh, no? Oh, good. Oh.
This cloud's gonna be here for 7 rounds.
Oh, it's terrible. All right. 7 rounds. Gotcha.
And then Cinder's gonna say, "Let's play one of my favorite games," and I'm gonna cast a second spell.
As you're still sitting on the bucket.
Yep, I'm just where I should be. I'm just.
Hey, he's got some height on them now. Well,
saving throw none.
No.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah, some druid spells are bullshit. They are hot, but it makes them interesting.
This is Ice Storm.
Oh, are they doing the teeth?
No, I don't have the teeth spell right now.
Because Ice Storm's is like AoE, isn't it?
It's a big fucking cylinder.
Really? Oh shit, it is. No, it's just spell resistance, which I can confirm. These individuals do not have SR.
I figured you would have told me for the first spell if they did. As they will take 13 with the last 2 points, nice double one being cold.
Yeah, no, it does take a full round to deal the damage, so... it goes for 1 full round. Oh, got you.
Full round. So until my turn comes again, this storm's gonna be here.
Oh, with a -4 to listen checks. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. As this clouds above start to almost immediately grumble, the sounds of a storm kind of picking up, ice starts pelting down, almost blocking out a lot of the sounds as it becomes almost too loud to hear anything else, as you hear the thuds from the chunks of ice that are, golf ball sized almost as you look over at them for a second. Not perfectly round, but the size kind of worries you for a second as they seem to avoid Cinder with ease, hitting anywhere but where he seems to be sitting.
It's fine. All right. They can stay. That's the end of
that is 13 points of damage. That is still terrible. bump that. 3 health pools. Give me a moment. There we go.
Less than half.
As the hail begins to come down, Cinder smiling as he calls down his greater spells of cold and ice magic, causing the skies to turn to storm. We jump now to the last person in the initiative, still standing inside the stairway, looking through the hatch. About 5 feet beyond the hatch, to his left, being a what looks to be a cloud giant throwing javelins up towards Roloman. About 5 feet behind them, which would be 10 feet away from you.
Wait. I recognize this as a cloud giant?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, we should have known that. Because all of his cultists are in the world war.
I'm going to kill them.
Right,
James.
keep saying things. Just do the things.
Yeah, do the thing. Back up the words. All right, James. You gotta hit him first before you can kill them. Let's go, man.
I don't think I've ever killed anything. Come on, show us.
It's true.
I'm just gonna pop out a little bit, and I'm going to use Scorching Ray. I need to make sure I pull that up.
The Scorching Ray begins.
Yeah, it does. Because I got 2 rays of this, and they deal 46 damage each.
Okay, that's good amount of damage.
40, 20, and I'm gonna target them all on the guy throwing javelins right now. Actually, no, I'm gonna target them all on the guy with the axe. Fuck him. And these are ranged touch attacks.
Okay.
40, 20.
I like ranged touch attacks. Two of those hit.
Okay, that will be...
That's also a nat 20. Please roll to confirm. Oh, can you crit on a spell? Actually, hold up. I don't remember if 3.5 you can.
For roll to hit spells, you can.
Okay. Oh, good to know.
Yeah, it's just the crit.
You still have to roll to crit, of course. Yeah, you still gotta get the 6 or hit their above their AC.
If the rule of thumb is literally just if you can roll it to hit with anything, it can crit. Like that's the.
Sadly, James, you do not get the full crit, so you just get the auto hit. So the 26 and 20 hit.
That's still...
Yeah, which should be concerning.
32 fire damage?
Ooh, and this is towards the one that you can see, the closest one.
Axeman.
Yeah, Axeman.
Oh, you're going after Axeman. Okay.
Trying to, get someone off Cinder before he fucking dies.
As suddenly in his back, this inferno hits him as the scorching marks kind of smash into him, his back beginning to sizzle with this black smoke. He seems to look back, almost his eyes not seemingly locking onto you, but his face seems to look almost in towards your direction immediately, James, kind of tilting down as you hear a guttural growl from this creature at the realization as he pats his back out.
James looks just as pissed.
James, does this end your turn?
Yeah, this does.
All right, up to the top of the initiative. Roloman.
Off my fucking boat.
As you hear this from down below, Roloman, you have a javelin sticking out of you that's causing obscuring mist around you.
First, on the previous round when I was running, did I see anyone that fought with daggers?
No, it looked like from what you could see of all 3, one had an axe, one had a sword and shield, and the other had javelins. None of them seemed to be having daggers on their hips.
Interesting. The assassin's still around. Okay. When I got hit by this javelin, did the magic that caused the mist come from the javelin or the person who threw it?
The javelin itself.
Is the javelin is it still magical?
Yes.
Like, can I tell that?
Yes. It does
if
have
I was to
runes
throw
on
the
the
javelin
side.
again, would it cause mist?
You're pretty sure whenever this thing hits, it activates upon hitting, and that seems to be what causes the obscuring mist. So yeah, from what you can gather, it looks like that to be the case.
Cool.
Throw it at me.
Let me do mine. Oh,
you want him to attack? You realize Roman could actually kill you.
Enemy, right? There's enemies.
There is.
This is true.
There's 3 of them, in fact. One aiming at you, and then 2 beating the crap out of poor Cinder.
Yeah, Help me. You might be dead next round.
Yeah, he may be acting cool and calm, but that's because Chaston knows that's a good way to keep me from going after him personally. Go ahead.
I am going to go ahead and how big is this mist? Can I not tell something in it?
It seems to be, from what you can tell, just general guess, it looks to be meant for a creature that is around huge size.
What is that? 3? That's 3 by 3, right?
Yeah, correct.
So I can just I'll move 10 feet and I'll be out of it. Okay.
Well, it's in you until you're pretty sure if you take this thing out, it'll deactivate the spell.
Oh, okay. And what is that to take it out of my body?
It's just an action.
An action to take it out?
Yep. Or you can use about 5 feet of movement, I'd say, as an exchange, as part of your movement.
I'll do that.
All right, that's fair. Yeah. As you kind of pull the thing out, you see as the runes stop glowing, the mist seems to dissipate immediately as you look down. Now seeing Cinder a little bit more bloodied and beaten up, and one of the giants seemingly with a scorched back as he seems to be looking down towards the hatch.
Which one was looking towards the hatch?
Here.
The one with the axe that has a scorched back.
Okay.
As you hear James cursing down below in Dwarvish quite loudly.
Okay. I will go ahead and throw this javelin down at the Axeman.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Guy. What is okay? So it's my dex, right? Plus my base deck.
Yes.
Sure.
For a javelin,
Is this a plus for this current?
You know what sucks? It is not. It is a base item that just has a very simple enchant on it.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Am I unseen by this person?
No, they can clearly see you now because of the when you remove the mist. I think it'd pretty much make you make a clear sight or noticeable thing in your eyes.
What size is the javelin?
It is meant for a large creature. So this is you could throw it back as far as it goes. It seems to be a size category smaller than these creatures.
Cool. 15 to hit.
That does not hit as it goes wide, slamming into the wood of the ship. James cursing even more under his breath as he sees the javelin pierce through.
Does it activate, or does that hit a living person?
As you watch, it does not activate.
Living person. Okay.
Well,
so that was
person is let's start with that part.
Okay. So that was an action to do that.
Correct. Plus, so you've got your movement, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will... Can I jump off onto one of the two that are assaulting Cinder?
Yeah, if you want to give me a jump check, I'm down with it. We'll call it... Yeah, just jump. I think that works.
Jump.
Go on and jump.
It is... So that'd be like 15 feet. So rough DC is going to be DC 15. Plus you're doing a bit of a high jump, about 2 feet off the ground, so an extra 8. So...
what did you say DC was 15?
No, so 15 plus about 8, so that's going to be 23. 3, thank you. Yes.
I'm
so
jumping down.
Well, yes, but you have to make it over the rail. Unless you're climbing onto the rail and jumping from that.
Can I just do that?
Yeah, it'll be a climb check and a jump check, though.
How tall is this rail?
2 feet tall.
That's a step.
That's a step.
Well, still okay. Then I'll make a balance. Then I'll make the argument. Then fine, but it'll take a balance check for the jump. Because you're balancing yourself on this rail.
I'll do a balance check.
Okay.
Let me do a quick check real quick. Okay.
Do note the ice is coming down, so slipperiness is an added factor in all this.
Okay.
Let's see what you got. 15?
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, damn.
Nope. 35. 35.
Oh, yeah, easily clearing the balance check as you climb onto the thing, getting your footing right. This is less than 2 inches wide. This is not an easy task, and it's slippery. While you make it look almost effortless, to be honest, as you watch, kind of feeling your, trying to get your footing, you can feel the slightness of this railing is not the best for footing. Go ahead and give me your jump check.
Great. From my dervish class, I can take 10 on jump checks, even under stress.
Okay. What's your jump modifier?
Jump modifier is a +6, so that'd be a 16.
All right, yeah, with ease. Well, just barely, rather. I mean, to be honest, as you manage to kind of your arms out, give one swing, give two, and on a third as you do a quick jump over, trying to grab onto these creatures and straddle them. Let's do some grappling.
This is how high? Like, was I above them?
That you are. Well, you'd be technically about 5 feet above them from the top of the railing.
Okay. So that's not up to a charge. Sad.
No. So that will be a grapple against them, which, if I'm remembering my correctness, that is... Alright, they've already got it modified. I don't even have to do the math in here. Cool. What's my bonus? Holy shit. I don't think you can beat me unless I roll in that one.
You're a giant.
Holy shit!
What the hell?
Dude, their modifier's fucking scary. As you jump up onto him, he immediately grabs you and throws you to the ground. Thankfully, though. Yet. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought you did. I thought that was a 35. My apologies.
Oh, I can't do it, but I can get close.
If you crit.
If you had 20.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you crit.
That's not 20.
As you jumping onto him, you manage to stick the landing, legs kind of getting your arms around his neck as you start to kind of grapple from his shoulders. He immediately seems to freak out, feeling your backside land on where the burn mark is, and seeming to kind of roar out as he grabs you and throws you to the ground. Thankfully, you don't take any damage with the checks you've made, managing to easily kind of stick the landing with expectation. As you look up...
What is it to summon the elemental for my sword? Is that an action to do it?
I believe so, yeah. You have to look up the item real quick. What's the name of the item? Energia?
Yarn.
Nope. Yarn.
Let me pull it up. Let's see. It's going to be one of the ones I can't spell. Nope, there it is. The Iron Mountain, gives it Hilt Hollow, Bloody Grove, Acid Wash, Hellhound, Leather, Great Wood, Chosen Enemy, Spell Effect, once per day. Oh no, you have to use it. It's an actual spell you have to cast.
Okay, so yeah, it'd be an action. Okay.
It just gives you the act. Yeah.
It's my turn.
Okay.
Green item as I have my swords in my hands.
Gotcha. As you kind of get yourself up off the ground, looking up at the creature, it seems to kind of glare as you do, thankfully catching its attention enough as you end your turn, starting theirs. By the way, that misspell, Cinder, what's its continuous effect? Other than, of course, the blindness.
On my round, it moves in the direction I cast it. It keeps going. Anything it hits, it does the damage and stuff again.
Okay, so it's on your turn. Okay, perfect. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. The Cloud Giants, the one with the axe is going to immediately turn and swing on Rolliman.
Okay.
I believe that was a +17 is what I have it set to. No. Yeah, okay. Making sure my numbers are right. Sorry, I've got like 4 numbers in front of me, and I'm trying to remember which one's for which.
You're good.
Let me go back here. There it is. Okay. Alright. Yeah. As the creature is going to turn and swing with its axe, that is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, however, thankfully, these do not do a ton of damage. For the first one against you, that one, 13 points of slashing damage towards you.
Okay, you take 7 piercing damage from my cloak.
Okay. Gotcha. Oops, also.
Quick second.
No worries. I have to do 3 creatures' health anyway, so you're fine.
Well, it's just the one guy that hit.
No, I know. I'm just noting something as I'm doing some, fixing something in the back end.
And then I'm going to attack back.
Yep. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. Okay, so first with the full blade.
So he gets a counter attack on each of these. I got a second swing. This is gonna hurt for both of us.
36 to hit.
Oh, yep, that hits. Oh, God.
I'll
Can beat my AC by 10 at least. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it definitely hurts. This is the comma, 28 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so they'll both hit. I'll roll both the same together.
Okay.
Plus one of these plus.
So many bonuses to add.
Yes. I'll have to eventually add it all into one thing, make a macro,
Right. I just do it as an Excel note.
Yeah.
Tells me when I roll. 41. Holy crap. Whew. I didn't expect that. As you slam into the would-be assassin Cloud Giant, at least of what you've assumed, although, and noting no daggers amongst us on their belts as you look on, slashing down in response, you see almost a nod of a respect and appreciation from the Cloud Giant as the as your blade cuts in, the blood starting to trickle down from its chest as you slice through its what looks to be mithril-like chain. The Cloud Giant nods, and as you see it doing so, all 3 will deactivate their chains around their arms and increase their battle prowess. That is to say, now they're doing 2 attacks per action rather than just 1.
Was that
What?
That require them to do something?
It does count as it counts as a swift action. Or, sorry, immediate action. Apologies. As the item seems to drop to the ground. Like weighted clothes, you see these chained cufflinks drop as blackened metal with these enchants on them that seem to glow. What? Go ahead.
Is that a visible magical effect?
It was. As it drops to the ground, the items seem to immediately deactivate upon doing so, and the other 2 Cloud Giants look on with smiles on their face. All right. As you do the 41, he is going to finish up his second half of his action with that and continue his attack. Also, that lets me hit with a full fucking force. Fuck you. Oh, fuck!
You do hit.
As he clumsily goes to swing. You're not rolling.
I lean into it.
Yeah, it's not the attack itself that's a problem. It's the speed that he suddenly swings at that. You're a little bit shocked by how he comes through, though clumsy as you try to take the blow so you can try to get hit. Smiling as you look up at him.
Rollman screaming at him, "Stop trying to hit me and hit me!"
Alright, so now that I don't have to worry about holding back a little bit here, that is 35 points of damage from that first blow, or from that second blow.
Okay, you take 6 points of damage.
Oh, please stop chipping me. I don't like the second attack. This is gonna hurt.
It was 2 attacks for these.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the 41 was both. Oh, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Swords.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
I
one
thought
attack.
that was just one. I was fuck, dude, no. About to die here.
35 to hit.
35 does hit, yeah. And Cinder's looking on at this like, wait a minute, no.
Yeah, Cinder, you might want to get out of there somehow.
Oh, I'm about to be dead. Before my turn even comes.
Unless I draw attention to myself,
It's true,
so
you did.
The commas. 20 to hit? I don't think that hits.
20 does not.
Okay, there's the
Double
blade. If he's sad, I don't heal.
Cinder watches the cufflinks drop and keeping a calm, ready to go, battle hardened exterior on the inside is like, oh fuck, this is about to hurt.
Yep.
I'm about to meet my god again. Oh, I wonder if 29 points of damage. Fuck me. Damn, you hit hard. I mean, even with still only hitting one of these, that is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
Rolliman slamming into him, proving that he is a person able to contend with the Monster Monday party as a normal individual. Slashing back into the Cloud Giant. I keep wanting to say Frost Giant. Cloud Giant, as the almost chainmail seems to do nothing as the blade slices through it like butter. The Kamos getting a little bit caught up in the chains as it seems to tear in uneven ways. But as you leave 2 large slashes, the beginning of the letter R beginning to show on this individual's chest as you kind of carve him up a good bit. As he ends... Oh, well, he hasn't moved. Oh, fuck. I gotta attack twice.
You wanna attack me more?
He has to, because you're the threat to him, man. The sword and board guy's gonna be thinking the same thing. Cinder's not half the threat you are. Fuck. We'll just do this twice to save me the trouble.
Not about mentioning, Rolliman has potions.
That is a 27 and 37. I know I hit. I'm not happy about that. Fuck, this is gonna...
think you can draw me with these two.
Yeah.
How, are you low enough that if after the first one you might die?
Oh, whoa, my bad. Ignore that.
480 D86.
Holy
Rolliman.
I'm
He's
dead,
gone
guys.
Super Saiyan to fight you. Jesus.
My apologies. That was 27 points.
This might be the end of campaign.
Yeah.
Rolliman just goes through the ship into the ground and is gone. You guys never see him again. As the giant stop playing around.
He's gonna come back as a demigod in a few minutes. Give him a second.
As he slashes into you for 37 points of damage, as you return back a quick 13 with an initial stab as you ready your blades for another
That's
round.
for the cloak.
Oh, that's from... Oh, sorry. As the cloak stabs back at him, stabbing into the creature's arm, and you see, like, holes in his forearms as... Fuck, that's almost got me down. Jesus Christ, 34. He is bloodied as he is spitting up blood hard.
34 to hit.
34 hits. Oh, yeah, definitely. Jesus. If you can hit above 30, I don't think I have a monster that can save against that. The 18 does not.
I almost missed again. Sad.
Man, you did 40 damage last round. You don't need the Kalmas.
No, I do. It heals me.
Oh, that's why. Oh, this is starting to hurt because of that. Oh, I see.
I'm gonna have to give Rolliman a new weapon.
Fuck! As Rolliman spins and the Kalmas catches in the chainmail, but as it does, pulling the giant's head down further, Rolliman's iron mountain blade cleanly cuts right through the neck, launching the head flying to the other side of the ship as the body drops for the first one, because as you reach exact HP. Fucking God, Rolliman. Alright.
Everybody, I'll heal you.
The other 2 are looking perfectly fine, by the way, and have not taken much damage as they ready themselves to continue. The one with the javelin is going to pull his spear off his back and is going to try to stab you. Luckily, it is a huge spear, and technically, this only has 2 attacks due to the requirements.
Before he attacks, I will activate my invisibility as an immediate action.
You fucking bastard. Go ahead.
I won't get hit anymore. It hurts.
Wait a minute. Hold up. I've got something. They have scent. What's a scent? I don't remember what scent does.
Oh.
It doesn't
it can. Oh, wait. Oh, you're not upwind because of the way the ship's pointing. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's also for rotting garbage and like specific. Oh, I see. It's for specific scent or overpowering.
It's a trap.
Yeah. I see where they put it in. It's part of the spot. All right, he's gonna roll a spot check to see if he can see your ass.
Okay.
We'll say what DC, make it fair. Why don't we have you roll for it? Because I think invisibility, gives you a bonus. So let's have you roll for DC.
Plus 20.
It's a plus 40 to hide.
Oh, plus 40. Sorry. Plus
I
40.
can't succeed, but I can. I can get close. So if you roll on that one, I might be able to pull this off.
Yeah. Not bad, I guess.
Hey, it gives you an extra roll. Why not?
57.
Fuck. Alright!
I am very...
He's going to spend both his rounds to find your ass because he has no reason not to.
Fine,
as you are a problem. I know you're fine with it. That is... No. And he looks around, kind of like poking at the air, lightly looking about you. You watch as the spear goes around you pretty easily, as he looks to be like trying to just poke at thin air, not seeing you at all. As he takes his 2 turns moving about. The sword and board guy was going to roll, and we're going to call this an intelligence check.
Be stupid.
He is going to turn, and seeing as you are gone, and that his compatriot seems to have it under control, is going to swing on Cinder. So Cinder, I'm sorry. I'll just do all 4 to save you the time, so you don't have to sit here and pick through it. And good news, I have a lower modifier with the weapon, because it's not the gargantuan axe.
Buddy, I'm a druid. You're gonna...
I rolled a nat 1! I mean, hey.
Hey, see if you
Maybe he'll kill himself.
It's the first roll. See if you kill yourself.
No.
You hit me.
No. We're all in the exact opposite direction.
Yeah, good news.
So,
Only one hit.
I was going to say 33 and 35 hit. All right. Hey, it's only the same amount of damage, which kind of sucks. So, I'm sorry to do this to you.
I distributed strong potions. Please drink them.
Well,
he's going to be dead. How's he going to drink the potion he's dead?
Oh, he is going to die. That's 58 points.
Cameron, no potion you gave me will heal enough. I'm still up.
Oh my god! I say, yeah, because the sword has a lower modifier because it's not gargantuan.
I have 2 HP.
As Cinder gets skewered through the side, just barely managing to avoid a deadly collision with his stomach. The blade seems to cut through nothing but flesh. It's bleeding, but you can feel, Cinder, it's a surface wound as the ice kind of starts to try to close up and stop the bleeding as it freezes the wound shut. The individual looks up at you as the little bits of coldness drop on, creating like little ice puddles on the ground. And the cloud giant seems to give a rough growl, a guttural laugh once more. That does end his turn, though. Good news. Hey, that's all 4 attacks in 1 hit, so you don't have to worry about being killed.
Cinder, please teleport away. You hit ice in places. Go.
Spear guy went. That ends their turn. Cinder, you're up after just being skewered nearly to death as you saw your eyes flash before, or your eyes flash before your life. Your life flash before your eyes.
What's his weapon made of?
It is a normal, what looks like a bronze blade. The handle is what looks to be rough wood with some leather on it. Nothing special, but it looks to be somewhat of a masterwork. You guess a +1 roughly.
So it's just masterwork, it's not a magic weapon?
No. The only magic item that you can see clearly is the javelins on the individual's back, and then, of course, the armor that these individuals are wearing.
Alright, Anvil. I do this to make you proud. I cast Rusting Grasp.
Oh, you fucking bastard.
Goodbye, sword!
The weapon's useless.
God damn it. Is there not a save? Let me double check. I thought
nope, it's just a touch, buddy. It's a touch to touch his weapon.
And his weapon's already touching him.
Your blade's already in me because you didn't say you pulled it
That
out.
is also true.
Instantly rusted, fit, worthless, effectively straight. If the item is so large that it cannot fit within a 3-foot. Oh, it's a large. Fucking god damn it! No. One side. The guy with the axe was fine. His axe is fine, but the sword and the spear. Yeah. Oh, the spear's also fine. Oh, it's just the sword. Fuck you.
Cameron was shooting the axe guy.
All right.
I tried to take the one that would deal more damage.
It's not. Yeah. So there's no save. It's literally just a touch. You do.
You described that he hit me with it and didn't pull it back.
He really has it in his body.
Yeah. You know what? That's fair. I'll give it to you. You know what? That's on me for the description. Yeah.
I touch it, and I break the head of the weapon off, so you just hold me a handle.
Little cold blood kind of dripping out of your mouth as you do this, as the blade breaks away to nothing but the handle, and he just looks at you with the handle. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, give me an intimidation check. I agree with that. As you look up.
Make him fucking coward.
Let's see, how much of a serious face can you keep as you look up at him?
I mean, you can stab you in
my last level. Wait, hold on.
Let's see what you got.
Yeah, imagine like a dude just breaks off the weapon that's still in him. Like,
yeah,
that's a low DC intimidation.
It's like the cowboy who gets shot.
Fucking weapon.
It's like a cowboy gets shot during a Comanche attack, and he just takes one of the arrows that's in his chest and just pulls out a little bit, and then snaps it and hands it to him. It's like, fuck, okay. Cinder, as you look him in the eyes, you are on the inside panicking. You know you're seeing stars. It's getting dark. Like, you know you're on the verge of death. But as you manage to keep your face straight, just a cold glare, Cloud Giant looks down at you. And well, if he could actually see your expression, he'd be intimidated, something fierce right now, because I can't beat that DC. But because you blinded him, he can't see it.
No, with the spear guy can.
Spear guy's back is to him because he was looking at where Roloman was. So as you try, Cinder, knowing for a fact you feel in your heart you would have scared this individual, he's not bothered.
He hears it snap. I raise my hand. I place it on his crotch because I'm a lot shorter than him. And I say "die" as I need a reflex save from him and his friend.
Oh no. No, I don't like that. We might have to revisit that intimidation check now. Hold up.
I am incredibly morally wrong.
Right.
Oh, war crime's about to be committed.
Do that now. Of course, I rolled in that one now.
Is that one on the guy who my hands on's crotch?
Yes.
The other guy.
Correct.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. As I put my hand on his crotch and I cast Flame Strike.
Oh, man's about to boil his balls. Oh, all right. That's a save. I'm gonna roll for that for fortitude. We'll say it for roll your damage. We'll say it has to overcome damage. In fairness.
Sure.
Because they have a pretty high fortitude as you grab hold of his cod piece and like begin to warp. Whoa, and he crits. All right, well, let's see. I can beat that. I will say. However, I'm gonna have to crit. Just barely managing to keep consciousness as he feels every bit of pain as his balls ignite.
I want to put. This is not
intimidating thing I think a person can fucking do.
This is not pure fire damage. It's half fire, half raw divine. So I'm injecting his balls with divinity.
For a moment, every cleric in about 20-foot radius suddenly senses the divine balls.
He has divine gonads. I must destroy them.
As for a moment, the giant looks down at you, and though his eyes are clouded and his face seems to be covered in this mist that's kind of causing much of his features to be kind of covered, you can hear the slightest whimper coming from underneath the mask as the man his knees begin to wobble slightly. He is barely standing. As you pull your hand away, you can see the imprint of your hand as being burned through the leather cod piece, and you inside just something smoking and what looks to be a light. Like, you ever started or taken like an old bird's nest for kindling and like lit a little fire in it and then pushed it in? You basically see that. It looks like a small little kindling thing, and you can smell the smell of burning meat, basically cooking meat.
Not to mention the other guy got the backlash of that too.
Oh, he did, because it hit him too. I'm technically not done. I need another reflex because the murderous mist is still here.
It is. For the other... well, I don't think I can actually beat this, but let's see.
You can. You can.
I only have a... well, if I had 20 on both.
Yeah, you did already.
Oh, I did? Okay. 13 and 8.
Yeah, you beat it on like a 19 earlier. I think you only have to roll like a 17 to beat it, but you didn't this time, so...
No, I saved all my good rolls for damage early on, apparently smacking you and not enough.
Hey, 9 fire damage.
Perfect. As you slam into... Oh, good.
Javelin guy's blind now.
He is. As the mist kind of continues covering over a light burning, and the sounds of a little bit more groaning from within the mask, though both seem to still be standing. The one with the sword, well, former sword, seems to be shaken a little bit, barely moving as his body rattles. All right. Anything else?
And Snow jumps him.
Yes! You gonna have Snow finally come up above? Because I figured you were leaving them behind because you didn't want them getting smacked for the damage.
I was, but now's the time.
It's fair.
I'd also like to point that the spear guy has a 0% chance to hit roll, now 50% from invisibility, 50% from blindness.
No, it's just he has to roll twice, is basically.
No. It doesn't stack at all.
Oh, does conceal? Oh, I thought concealment did. We used to run that. Oh, fair enough.
Well, invisibility is total concealment already.
That's true. I was thinking half concealment. You're right. You're right. God, no worries. Go ahead for Snow. Got you in the initiative.
The SRD. Sheet for Lepers has decided it's a 26 to hit.
26 to hit? You just barely beat the AC.
This leopard is angry.
Snow coming roaring past
He's
James,
eating the nuts.
charging up. Seeing the one that's been slashing at Cinder, seeing the blood of Cinder on the ground as he faces it, and Snow charging forth to bite.
Okay, the other two do not hit. I did not roll very well.
Fair.
You got one. There you go.
9 points of damage, or...
No, let me roll it.
Oh, okay.
1d6. As Snow is fucking angry.
Taking 10 points of piercing the damage.
Snow is going to bite his balls.
Alright, I will need Snow to give me, let's say, a fortitude save for the fire that's in there.
Okay.
To not actively burn themselves as they're biting into basically what is a kindling fire that's starting to emblazon itself.
Giants need better hygiene. Jesus, they're bushes.
It's oily, and clearly these individuals have been traveling for a bit. That's something that should tell you a lot, James.
23.
23. Okay, yeah, I'd say that succeeds. That's with ease. Okay. As Snow runs past James, climbing up past the stairs and jumping into the fray, attacking the glowing target as the bite hold tearing down the codpiece, pulling it to the ground as you look, the pants of this creature almost falling with it. As the Cloud Giant looks on in fear, Cinder, as you look on, I need a fortitude save for you to keep your lunch, buddy. As you see a mangled and burnt man appendage, we'll use for because YouTube will ban me other way wise. As the thing is mangled and cooked like a sausage. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but basically they pop and explode when they're cooked.
Yep. They do.
It's even worse if you're Jewish, or not Jewish, rather. Go ahead.
With the backstory of, I've probably seen way worse. DC lower? Yeah.
No, I mean, you've seen worse, but this is something that the dragons wouldn't do, because this is something that wouldn't be something they'd be testing for a reason.
Well, I think Cinder's fine with it anyway.
Oh, yeah, Cinder is... It's not pleasant to watch by any means, and you definitely don't want that to ever happen to you, but... I mean, this guy did just run you through with his sword, and you're almost dead. At this point, you're more numb than you are feeling anything else.
I want you to know. I'm keeping the sword. Fuck you.
The rusted sword on the ground, and a couple of chips are sliding out of the wound as the
You got a rusty sword
wound.
inside your body.
The icy wound
It's
clears
your
it.
disease. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Hell of a...
This isn't a worry.
Oh no, I'm disease immune. I'm fine.
Yeah. As Cinder and Snow end their turn, James, still in the stairwell, still looking up through the hole. You see as everyone, or you can see what's going on. What are you gonna do?
I can't heal Rollerman because I can't see him. I can't reach Cinder without going through the murder mist.
Nope.
Dude, healing me ain't worth it. You're not gonna heal enough for it to matter.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm gonna do the most damaging thing I can and cast Snake Swiftness.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Roll
blood.
and see,
You
Friendo.
can't see me.
You
Can
can't
me,
see him though, and I think. What's this?
Yeah, do you need to see me for that?
You do have
spell?
to be able to see the person.
Oh, fuck. That's
Yeah.
sad.
You need to get a bell on
Wait.
him.
No.
Yeah, one allied creature.
The subject, it doesn't say anything about sight.
We also have link perception. So you can see through my eyes.
No, but I mean, it does not spend. Well, no, it does because it's got. What? No.
Oh, I see. Because he's not targeting. He's throwing a thing in the air. The person has to be able to see.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a scale with from a snake. A few scales from a snake.
I'm yeeting
Yeah,
scales
as
out.
some of the.
As long as Roland
Roman never questioning why James collects random doodads amongst the stops, because knowing that they're all spell components, finally gets to see in truth what James uses for this spell. He tosses a couple of scales up. Roman kind of caught by the attention as James shouts out his name as you look over, seeing the scales in the air. Yeah, no, technically the spell takes effect.
Okay. What does it give me?
You get a full round action, buddy.
A full round action?
Yep.
You sure?
makes one melee or range attack.
That is not
Oh.
a full round action, buddy.
Is not full
Okay, no.
round, but it's
That's
a
Okay,
very
one
different.
melee range attack. That's still good.
Oh no,
More
you're
damage
you're
than any
referring
other
to
spell
the
I
yeah.
have.
I thought you were okay. You're referring to the same spell that Ned used. Ned had a different spell. It was a higher. I think it's a higher snake swiftness because it was like I think a third level druid spell that he put.
The higher snake affects more people. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah, it's mass,
Got you.
not, like better.
Into legions.
But with
All right.
melee, you have a melee attack while you're invisible, and I think your invisibility drops right when you attack.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
No, his does
Ooh.
not. That's why I was like, this is fucking great.
Perfect.
Because the it's incredibly short duration.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm gonna stab this guy. 28 to hit.
28 does hit.
It would have been
Stabbing a blind. You're
Yeah, it would have been against his flat-footed. But
Yes. Well, his flat-footed is still quite high. Just a note.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. This guy.
Let's see what you got.
34 points of damage.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. That hurt. All right, as you swing over at the spear, as easily slashing through and past the guy, catching him in the side as blood starts to flow. He looks on, almost in shock, as he like waves his spear over in that direction. As you easily, using your limbered up reflexes, kind of dance around him.
Play limbo with his spear.
Yeah. Lightly bumping the hilt to try and antagonize him to get him to follow you around as you continue practicing your dodging. It's like feet training, you know?
As I'll then go to blast the guy that's got his balls torn off.
Oh, yep.
This poor guy, man. Just put him on his
With
misery.
scorching rays.
Oh, no.
Damn, I don't think either of those hit.
And is that against touch or is that flat-footed?
That's touch AC.
It'd be touch flat-footed because he can't see you.
Touch flat-footed.
Alright, well that will put him, yeah, no, it still does not hit. His AC is a little too high. You are close, though. As the scorching... Huh?
so much.
His touch AC? That is a good question.
Yeah.
Fucking the two rays go flying.
The rays go flying past either side as you don't really expect Rollman to catch his attention, guiding his head to the side as the bolts go flying past it. He seems to look back at you with a little bit of shock as he then his spears bumped as Rollman kind of gets his attention once more. All right, is that your turn, James?
Yeah, it's now Roland's turn. Have fun slaughtering.
Yeah, back up to the top of the initiative. However, as the initiative kicks off, the sounds from below begin to get louder. Everyone give me a listen check.
We're all within range of each other. That's nice.
I will note you all take a -4 because of the hail.
It's over now, isn't it?
The hill's over.
Oh, is it already? Oh, I thought
Because
how
it's
it
a
was
single round.
One round.
Oh, it is one round. Oh, okay, I see that. Yep.
It's a very short spell. You know.
Well, that's good to know now.
I have to do math for my listen.
24,
Oh, there we
30.
go.
Now there you go, Rollman. You hear everything, man.
Yeah, but he's the Cinder has.
I've rolled low before. Don't say anything.
I know he's got a higher mod. I'm just saying. Yeah, there you go. That one.
Yeah, I rolled the same, but I suck so much more.
Damn. Okay.
I blame you, Cameron. You're giving me your bad rolls.
And
I don't know how.
as you all listen in, the sounds of the familiar cries of what sounds like the distant sounds for the of people shouting out for the Ironheart Merchant Company as a beginning of a clash begins on the side, both sides of the ship. Battle cries can be heard, blades beginning to clash. And what sounded for a moment like light thunking beginning to, about midway up your ship as you realize, Rollerman, hearing this, seems to immediately come to a stop as whatever was climbing up seems to jump off and head into the fray. However, Rollerman, while the other two catch all of this along with you, you recognize the voices of Nar and Law, as well as the Iron Warden crew amongst them, as the sounds of the fighting begins to intensify down below on these sides of the ship. All right. Staying at the top of the initiative, though, Rollerman, with that, as you all begin to hear the clashing of weapons, magic going off, the glowing holy light down below, what would you like to do, Rollerman?
So there's 2 people left. The burnt balls guy, he's like on his last legs, or is he still?
He is just now starting to get a look like he's bloodied, though he doesn't look like he's having anywhere good of a time with this fight. His morale is definitely shaking something fierce.
Okay.
The other guy looks to be way worse shape, as you see many of the wounds you've managed to get into him. But he looks like he is more than willing to continue fighting you without concern.
Okay.
We might be able to turn the eunuch.
No, I don't want.
They're brainwashed. There's no turning them.
Okay. How far away am I from the spear guy?
Still
5 feet
still
or...
within 5 feet of him, yeah, because you've been dancing around with him.
Yeah.
You have no reason to assumedly move from him.
Yeah. How far away is the edge of the boat? I want to look at what's happening.
If you're at the middle mast, you're roughly in line with the middle mast because of where you guys are. It'd be about 25 feet to either side.
Okay. I will. And would it be? Yeah, I'll go take a look and see what's happening.
Okay.
On the side that all the sound's happening on.
As the cloud giant continues to swing his spear wide.
I them to his devices for a moment. I'll be back.
Head over, looking over the side. Are you going over the right, or are you going to the right or left? It does matter.
Where did I hear the sounds of the dagger?
It would be on the right side of the ship.
I go to that side then.
Okay. As you head off with your dark vision of 60 feet, you see a pit of blackness and the occasional glow of holy light beginning to kind of outline what looks to be Nar in glimmering platinum armor, as well as Little Scarf standing next to him, who seems to be holding the head of something as he glows with these bright wings behind him, walking through a crowd of... It's hard to tell what the creatures are, given the darkness down there, and as soon as they seem to come into light, Nar or Little Scarf seem to cut them down, but the roars continuing on down below make it sound like there's a hefty wind being blown around. Your guests, air elementals, and their casters, as you kind of look on, but you can give me a profession mercenary or a knowledge nature to see if you can get to it.
First mercenary, knowledge, nature.
Yep.
Do first and mercenary. Is it different answers?
Yes, correct.
First and mercenary, because that's what I usually do. Wow. 20.
20.
Some of the good rolls.
As you look on, you're sure they're not casters, as you're not seeing any bolts of lightning or any fire going wide. There doesn't seem to be. If you had to guess, those are probably some sort of air elemental or some sort of elemental individual creature that are charging forth. As you don't see any signs of a body besides the one head of what looks to be a creature from somewhere else. Nothing. That's what you kind of come to. Though you're not sure, as you haven't seen anything else other than air elementals, but given the sounds of the wind, that's the closest bet.
Okay. Well, now I know what's going on. How far away is the ballless man?
25 feet to your left, or rather behind you while you're looking over the rail, and about 5 feet behind the spear guy. So it would have been 10 feet behind where you were originally standing.
Okay, I'm going to activate Boots of the Vow Choser and charge that guy.
Fuck you. You know...
that guy up.
God damn it. Alright, let me pull up something, because now we gotta improve on some things here. Let me find my...
I don't think anything needs to be improved. I'm actively dying. I think
I'm
difficulty is fine.
I'm pissed that this happened in the Genasi lands.
Alright.
You good?
Yeah, it's so it's bull. Yeah, here it is. All right, let me get the whole modifier. There's a lot.
I'm not bull rushing him. It's just a charge, so I just like.
Yeah. Oh, you're charging. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not bull rushing.
He's just running up and stabbing him.
I'm running up and stabbing him.
Oh, are you actually using the charge attack? Just to be clear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
So
Through
Boots
of the Vow Choser as an action, which since I have pounce will be a full attack.
Yeah, just remember. Do they roll anything? No, they don't roll anything. It's just
No.
standard. Okay, yeah, cool. I'll make sure.
Get like a +2 bonus.
You're like my only person who does charging these days, so I have to always look it up. So,
27 to hit.
27 does hit.
Ooh. All right, I'll just roll all 4 first.
All right, let's see what you got.
Also, snow charges a lot. I just don't announce it because there's no reason to.
Yeah.
Fair.
Everything's gonna hit.
Well, there's specific feats to kind of deal with it.
Flat-footed.
20. That does fail. For flat-footed.
Okay. And then 20. That's a plus or equal sign, not a plus. 32 to hit.
32. Yeah. Nope. That hurts.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt. Whew. Here we go. Let's see.
Probably gonna miss, but you never know. 17. Yeah.
17 does miss.
Just two of the full blades hit. But, those are the ones that matter, right?
Yeah. And we're doing this to Fire Crotch?
Yeah, Fire Crotch, man.
Alright.
Burning Bush.
I apologize.
Oh, no, that's fair. It's gonna hurt, but he has the most HP, so I understand. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As you charge forward, blades in hand, roaring a battle cry as you do. 69 damage. Ooh, fuck. Rushing up as you slash into him. Let me do my quick maths. Ooh, fuck. As you take his health down, tearing into him, leaving nothing but lacerations across his full body, turning his mithril chain into nothing but what looks to be tissue paper as it barely hangs on, carving once more Rollman's perfect initial into the chest, almost just to do as a finite to this creature, as you also manage to scratch out the holy symbol on his chest. The Cloud Giant looks on in horror and fear as his face turns from surprise to anguish as his body begins to just bleed crimson. Rollman is covered almost by the end of this fight, or end of this bout in this creature's blood.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright. Jesus, Rollman. Well, are you still invisible?
I am until the spear guy's turn.
Oh, well, good news. He and the sword guy have the same round of action, so as you lose your invisibility, they're going to
blind.
They're still blind. It is true, but they do thankfully have blind sight, which is why I mentioned this didn't matter. That's because that was the whole point earlier. As they are going to turn, both going to turn towards Rolleman and attack him, not seeing, and also mostly because the guy just got his balls bitten, is trying to maneuver away from Cinder, as he takes we'll take a 5-foot step away to get away from Cinder, giving him an opportunity attack. Yes, because I don't have that feat. So Cinder, you do get one as well as Snow.
All right. Well, I don't know if I can hit. We're gonna try.
Yeah, because as he's moving, as the giant is pivoting out of Cinder and Snow's square to get around you, trying to get away from them.
I guess we'll check for Cinder
first. That guy. That's what I was doing. That damage was on that guy.
No, I know. I got you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have much HP left, but he's trying to get away from being attacked in the back as well. 13 does not hit.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, we are not a melee.
19 does not either.
Aren't you flanking with me?
You are flanking. That is a good point, but even with that, does not hit, sadly, because that's only a +2. Oh, my bad.
Yes.
As you go to swing, Cinder, I mean, you're wounded. You're pale. You're trying to put on a good face, but as you're kind of like, you lightly swing, you're more happy this guy's going away than anything else.
The sword's a showpiece.
Yeah.
It's not a weapon.
As you kind of look at him, watching as he walks away, Snow trying to bite once more at the guy's crotch, as he seems to only move his crotch away from Snow, as Snow goes wide. The creature pivots around Rollman to his side just to get a little bit more out of reach of Cinder and Snow, and is going to swing. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, he does not have his fucking weapon, so he is just gonna be punching you.
You be punching me?
Alright. Well, the good news is I still get 4 slams. This is just going
roll one at a time, because he might die after the first one.
I will roll the damage one at a time. We'll just go through. So 34 to hit for the first one.
Hit.
Alright, we'll roll the damage.
Don't worry.
Roll damage for the first one. That is 17 points of damage for the first slam as it hits you. Let's see if you kill him in return.
That's the cloak damage.
As the cloak stabs into his arm, almost immediately leaving him on barely enough HP as he coughs blood onto you once more, tooth kind of coming out. As you almost immediately turn to swing, yeah, that hits.
Let me see the
crits. Oh my god, that's holy shit.
This man is Hydra round 2.
I was gonna say you haven't rolled low, and oh my god. Wait, how do you?
That's a 19. That would have also. That's also in the crit range. But it doesn't do anything. It had to be a nat 20 by your rules.
Okay.
But, I'll go ahead and roll that damage.
No, if you still overcome AC with the second crit, or the second roll, that's a crit.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. But that, I rolled a natural 19 there.
Yes, but with plus 20, you still overcome AC.
Yeah. But he's just talking about the auto.
Oh. Yes, you don't need the wound. Yes, you're not going to get the injury, but I don't think you're going to need to with this guy.
62 points of damage.
So yeah, his head goes flying as you eviscerate his body as your blade just starts tearing into him, turning him into a shredded napkin. Arms, limbs, begin to disappear as nothing but his torso is left behind. Holes and tears almost across it. This man is flayed as Rollman goes through, taking almost an ungodly amount of care and slicing him up, leaving nothing.
The spear guy.
He can't see you, and as his blind sight does not sense that his buddy is dead and still thinks there's something standing there, he's going to look to attack.
Okay.
However, in his perspective, we're going to roll an intelligence check to see if he can tell whose blood he smells. Nope, he's going to continue to attack you, thinking, I don't know, as he kind of hears the sounds...
I'm covered in their blood.
As he kind of hears the sounds of splattering, something being cut, diced up, and then the sudden thuds, takes a moment, seems to look about, and he is going to turn towards Cinder, and with a glare, he is going to drive his pike through Cinder, go for a cold shot to the head, which is a +5 to AC. Cinder...
I don't think you can hit.
I don't think I can either, because I only have
not with a cold shot.
+12 with the spear.
You have to nat 20.
That is a 16. All right. Well, he has 3 more attacks, so he is going to continue.
Did he move past me, or
no? He has this is a long spear, so he has the distance to hit Cinder. He can hit from 10 feet. So this is more just like he is realizing there's something going on here, and we're going to see if any of these hit. Nope.
Why couldn't you roll like this earlier?
I know, right? Cinder just manages to dodge away from the spear. Roman kind of trying to smacking the spear away and out of the way every time, kind of glaring, looking at the guy, trying to get him to attack. As every time he goes to shove forward, Cinder, not really having the energy to move, just feels as either Roman shoving it or Snow jumping up to smack it away. That ends his turn.
The truest wingman.
Right? That ends his turn. Cinder, you're up.
Are you gonna boil another man's balls?
I don't have any 4th level spell slots left.
Dude's also on 2 HP. He doesn't want to get closer to this guy and give him an opportunity attack. Well, technically, yeah.
I don't know if I have many spells that actually help anymore. I think I used all my spells to make me help.
Ray of Frost!
You know what? For you, Cameron.
Ooh, you can do that.
I make finger guns and I shoot right to you.
All right, let's see.
They do good damage now.
I mean, you might. It's ranged attack, right?
Ranged touch.
Range. That's not bad. DC's his touch is still his lowest.
As it should be.
I mean, he's got a fucking high touch. It's still his lowest, though, by 4 points.
Let's see.
Cinder shooting his little snowflake guns. Nope.
My rolls are... That's a +13.
Bro, that hurts. That hurts. A 15 on that? Ooh.
No, it's not my night.
Nope. He finger guns, seeing James just give an encouraging thumbs up. Cinder just sighs, aims the finger gun, shoots him as the little snowflakes go wide. The creature just looks on, kind of not really noticing anything, because again, it's blindsight, and Cinder just sighs.
I shoot James the middle finger. Every time he doesn't encourage me, I fail.
Right?
Damn it. I'm trying to be a good nephew.
Yeah, stop.
Cinder, is there anything else you can do?
No, it's just Snow's time now.
Alright, Snow's up. What would you like Snow to do?
How far away is Javelin Guy from Snow?
10 feet.
Yeah, you can charge him. How you that?
Yeah, you can charge. Yeah, fuck it. Get him, Snow.
Oh, you want to charge? Come here.
Well, it's not Bull Rush. So.
I know. No, I know.
It's a good old...
Get in close.
It's kind of Snow's job. What do you...
I know. Come on.
Alright. Does the SRD leopard cheat like me more?
Probably not.
Well, not for the first roll. No, they don't.
What'd you roll?
12.
Ooh, ouch. Okay.
Yeah,
It was a 23. It's the highest roll of the 3.
To hit, no.
Sorry. 27.
27. Oh, 27 does hit.
Yep. Alright. Snow's gonna do something.
Yeah, Snow.
Let's see if Snow can manage 8 points of damage, slashing into the guy as he's the Cloud Giant seems a little bit surprised as the creature seems to sneak up on him from below and bite into him, tearing into his thigh as he seems to kind of shake Snow off. Snow kind of coming away with what looks to be a good chunk of meat and blood in their mouth.
Yep. It's the end of Snow's turn. I'm just happy they're doing something.
All right.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
James, as you're up with the sadness of your uncle turning and burning, let's see what you got.
I'm going to hit Juan Scorching Ray. He will burn.
All right, let's see if you can. Touch shades, touch once more. Those all hit, but the last one.
3.
So 3.
Yeah, that's...
Can you burn him to death?
Get a kill.
Can James finally get his first kill in combat?
Am I gonna steal kill it? Or
Kill steal it? Hey, man.
8d6... That's
Yeah.
12d6 damage.
12d6.
It's 4d6 each.
Oh, yeah.
And each beam, so...
37?
Oh, nope. As James brings the individual within only a few inches of his life, the ray slamming into his side.
In Giant, I'm going to say, you picked the wrong boat, fuck.
As you say this in Giant, growling it under your breath as the beams go flying through the air, lighting up the top of the ship for a moment as like arrows slashing into the creature's skin. The Cloud Giant roars in anger as he kind of like slightly turns towards you, spear kind of swinging wide as he does. Cinder in the background thinking with a serious look on his face, still look intimidating. Wait, he fucked the boat?
I mean, they put enough holes in it, they might have stuck their dick in there, I don't know.
I don't know how you're reading Cinder's thoughts. James, is that your turn?
Yeah, it does. That's
Alright.
I can do.
Up to the top of the
I didn't
initiative.
do my most damaging spell.
No, it's true. Roman, you're back up. Will you kill steal once more as you see the giant seemingly... Huh?
I wouldn't heal.
It's not kill stealing, this is a team effort. This is a raid boss.
He is still alive, Roman. What would you like to do?
How far away is he? He's right next to you, right?
Yeah, he's right next to you, so he's within 5 feet.
I know. I'm gonna kill you now.
Roman with just a smile on his face, showing all of his teeth as he says this and brandishes his blade covered in the other giant's blood.
Hey.
Let's see what you got. It's fucking horrible.
30. That's
a
crit. Hold on.
Oh God, let's see. Can he do it twice? You don't need a permanent injury. You don't have to roll a third time. Oh my God, that hits.
Bye.
Yeah, that goes. Oh my God, you're gonna double damage on a guy who's got less than 10 HP. This is gonna be horrible.
Wait, I got him that low?
Yeah.
I was that close to James's first canonical kill?
So, 94 points of damage.
So Roman, how would you like to do this?
I'd like to just cut him right down the middle, like from the side view, so like his front half falls and as the back half falls.
Oh, okay. As you kind of standing on his side while he turns to look at Cinder, readying his long spear once again, pivoting yourself to looking to be right on the side of him on his right, slicing down Cinder and James. You watch as the blade cuts cleanly through both sides. A look of shock and horror on his face as his head splits, the eyes popping out of the socket from the brain kind of being pushed forward. The blood and some of the brains coming out of the nose notice as the creature slowly gets severed, shaking as it does. The spear almost dropping immediately as the body begins to jerk about. But as the blade works its way down, you watch as it slowly, each side of the body starts to slump forward, and you see everything as Rolliman looks on with glee in his eyes as he cuts this man literally in half like a slice of cheese.
He cut him in half the waist, though, so... Damn.
No, you said middle. Side to side, so this is the back of the head and the front of the head.
Yep, that's what I said.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So,
Damn,
you see the
joke I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, he just banana split this guy, literally.
Fucking
Alright, is
dissected him. Damn.
it a swift action to drink a potion?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But don't worry. As initiative kind of comes to a close, you hear as these side fights, because I crit on these earlier, as these side fights what sounds like come to a close as Rolliman begins to down a quick potion.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go get Cinder sitting down and make sure he drinks a potion too, because I know I gave him some.
I'm not drinking shit. That's a waste of money. I'm going back to bed.
What'd you say, Rolliman?
I was gonna swift action drink a potion and then check to the side to see if they needed help or not, but
Okay.
if it's just like they don't need help, then that's
No,
fine.
with the listen check from earlier, you no longer hear the sounds of combat. It has quieted down since the death of the Cloud Giants fell. Or, yeah. As you look over at the pool, go ahead.
I'm gonna drink 2.
Okay. Go ahead and roll up your potions then.
That was terrible.
Yes, it was. As you kind of down there quickly looking over the side, James rushing up to Cinder's side, trying to feed him up a potion while Cinder refuses.
No, waste of money. Stop it.
Fine, go rest. I look at this cloud giant that ended up flayed, which means that they're more or less a pile of mush, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Is the pile of mush still taller than me?
Yes.
I just look at it and look slowly at Roland. It's really fucked that these things, even when broken down like that, are still taller than me.
I just say and I'm going down to make sure everything's fine downstairs.
Roland covered in blood, weapons
We're
still
still
in hand.
serious mode right now.
Yeah, weapons in hand, still covered in blood, looking over the sides. He's just down 2 potions.
A bunch of healing potion all over my face because I apparently missed half of it.
I'll help Cinder downstairs and go check the ship.
I'm gonna ask Cinder. Cinder, you didn't see daggers on any of these individuals. Are you sure you want to be left alone on 2 HP?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I have snow. I'm not alone.
You have snow, that's true.
Also, it's gonna be the rest of the crew down here. I'll figure it out.
As Cinder and James kind of head down below deck, Roland, as you head over the side, kind of climbing down the ramp, as you get to the bottom around the same time that James kind of gets Cinder settled into his bunk, we'll kind of jump to either side. James, as you see your crew not having awoken from any of the seemingly cries or sounds of battle, most of them still snoring happily in their bunks.
Okay. I was about to go, do I need to roll a heal check to make sure they didn't fucking get killed in their sleep?
No, they look all to be fine from what you can tell looking past. Most of them still snoring slightly as they continue on. As you find Cinder's kind of bunk in the back and set him down. We jump back over to Rolliman. As Rolliman, you head down below to the ramp. You can see Nar, Little Scarf, Hydrathion rather, and the rest of the crew of Nar-in-Law kind of behind them. Covered much in blood, as many of them look to be dressed up in platinum armor, their holy symbol very, very much emblazoned on their chest, as the group of beast folk and other random assorted members kind of that have seemed to expand upon Nar's crew seem to find themselves cleaning up amongst the few bodies as you look around seeing these interesting creatures that look to be slightly translucent in skin. As you look over, Rollman, they have armor, like full leather armor on them, carrying blades and such. Many of them daggers or long knives. But they look to be almost translucent. Their skin clear, their hair vanished, almost like completely clean-shaven chunks of ice, if you will, that seem to have no core to them, just as bodies laying there. Nar and Little Scarf kind of looking over at you as they wipe their weapons clean. Little Scarf kind of smiling and waving at you.
Thanks for the assist. As I walk over drinking another potion.
You're down another one, some potion still left in on your face, and Little Scarf kind of smiles and looks up and goes, "Yeah, Nar said he he had seen or he had been told by our god that something was coming, an unlawful attack, and found ourselves in the area. The Iron Warden seemed to sense the same thing, followed us right behind. As soon as we saw you were being attacked, we pincered them. The rest of the crew's drifts group is back a few ways. Caught a small group mercenary company that had your name on them for targets, so they should be cleaned up by now.
Interesting.
A little scoff nods and smiles.
Center me is what you think this is?
No, I think this is an attack on James. I guess. The sigils tell me Alfred Stone. As Little Scarf looks about and goes, and he's the only type I could think that would have the balls to attack in this situation. He's very forward, very strong. Strongest of the jungle survives. Given what we've found in our research recently, I think we know why he's going after James.
Mm-hmm. Did you see any for these bodies that I'm looking at? Did they have daggers?
Yes, a good many of them do, as well as long knives.
Mm-hmm. Were any of these currently on the ship, on the side of the ship as you ambushed them?
30 or so, and there's maybe like 2 or 3 that managed to get about halfway up the bottom of the ship before we started pulling them down. Little Scarf kind of points towards Nar, who looks to have his mouth slightly sewn shut, and goes, "They caught him with a spell to keep him quiet during it. It was all I could do to keep casting and make us both capable of doing what we had to do. But we didn't see anything else climb the side of the ship, and nothing made it up to the actual side, from what we could tell. Only these creatures that we pulled down."
All right, come with me. We'll check the other side of the ship.
Okay, Little Scarf looks over at Nar, who kind of gives a nod as they continue cleaning up. Some of them sink to some injuries as they go about, and Nar kind of going back to trying tearing at this what looks to be magical magical thread tied around his mouth. As Little Scar follows you, though, kind of almost immediately, still weapon brandished, beginning to start to glow. Her magic on her back seemingly centralizing as 2 wings begin to kind of cover her and give a bit of light around you. You now have 30 feet of normal light kind of expanding around you.
Yippee! I'll explain to Little Scarf about the start, about the one assassin there was, all the details we found out.
As you two
and
start,
the 3 cloud giants.
as you start explaining the what just happened above deck. About this time, we're gonna jump over real quick to James. James, having put Cinder to bed, and I'm gonna make a correction because of this. Putting Cinder to bed in his actual room, not in the bunk where he's able to shut the door and heal without worry. But as you kind of come out, closing the door, walking back up to the surface. Are you checking on the crew? Are you anything specific?
I'm actually going to, and this will probably, I need to double check the spell real quick, which I was pulling up as you were talking.
Okay.
I'm going to use the Wand of Sense Magic that we have, and do a sweep after looking at the items, or Wand of Detect Magic, to do a sweep of the entire ship, as much as it takes after looking at the items to see what magic is on the giants, because that should tell me at least a bit of what I'm looking for, since I know the ship is fucking magical out the wazoo.
James, little side question for Rollman. Does the animal power drop? Assumedly.
After it would end after 7 minutes. It's not concentration, so.
Okay, got you. So yeah, by not yet, Rollman. You should still have it for a little bit longer. Okay. And so, alright, so you're doing a sense magic. And
detect magic, sorry.
Detect magic.
Wrong spell.
Gotcha. I was wondering, wait a minute, is that a higher? Alright, it's funny, at this point, detect magic is a bookmarked spell for me. It's cost so often. Alright, so for the first round, as you kind of, now, you said you're going to be using this actively on the Cloud Giants and not on the ship, you said? Just make sure
correct.
I have your correct. Okay.
To make sure that I can see what the magical signature is, and then see if I find the assassin slurking or lurking around.
Okay. Yeah. So immediately you get roughly strong. No, sorry. These are magic items. You get moderate. Transmutation, as well as on the bodies of the Cloud Giants. what seems to be almost strong divination.
Well, something might be scrying on them.
I will note, as you look about their bodies, a quick kind of without a check, like just not with bare knowledge, their spells or the brands of their beliefs, the sigil they had on their chest, Roman kind of carved those off. So if they were still gaining any sort of divine power or anything from that, it would have been long gone for your own knowledge as a cleric.
Well, that's fine. If they're gaining power from stone, I should be able to detect that pretty easily too.
Well,
fuckers messed with me enough.
Detect magic only gives you the school of magic and the aura's power, sadly. So.
Oh, but I can.
It does give you the number.
Distance of divinity.
So the number of different magical auras, as you kind of watch, there are 4 in total on each of the giants. 3 of which are items, and 1 of which seems to be on the individual body, which was divination. The other 3 seem to all be some sort of transmutation.
All right, time to search the fucking ship.
Okay. So you head back down below deck. As you do, we're gonna jump. Well, actually no. We're gonna jump back over to Rollman real quick. As James begins to head down or back down. Well, James, are you heading to the captain's quarters or are you heading down below?
I'm going to search the entire ship.
That doesn't answer my question.
I'll be starting at the top.
So you are starting in the captain's quarters? Okay. Gotcha.
This feels like a trap.
It is.
Yeah.
So wait, what?
Yeah, no, I'm not going into the captain's quarters first. I'll head to the bottom.
I mean, you watch the 3 assassins come out of that room.
Yeah, I'd rather not suddenly have Alfred Stone in there punch me in the fucking jaw and kill me.
I was gonna make clear to James's perspective that yes, this looks like a trap. By all means, there's probably something in there, and you're going in without a bodyguard, and Cinder can't hear you right now because he's in another plane. Not literally, but figured. Well, technically, literally, yes. But go ahead.
Actually, can I look towards there and see if there's a similar signature to the magic from the Cloud Giants?
Using the device? Sure. The door is quite magical. It has multiple schools of magic. It is overwhelming in magical power.
I'm stunned. Okay.
And shockingly, because this East Indian is basically an artifact in level of capability. So, as James is stunned for a second, like looking on at the door and then smacking himself
really cool
mentally.
door.
Yeah, that he realizing he just used this thing on his own magical ship. Which, I want to note, Detect Magic is a cone-shaped emanation, but you know what the cool thing about that is? It's still, the problem is it doesn't go through physical objects. It hits the object and comes back off like an echolocation, so, you know.
Fuck.
Yeah, just to point that out.
Well,
James.
they came out of that, and I didn't assume they shut it if they were charging out of it.
It's a good to tell you even more why you think it's a trap. So as you look on, taking a second, being stunned, jumping back to Rollman, because I assume Cinder is just like full on, like closing doors, like he's peacefully sleeping away in the winter. All right, I assume the silence is a confirmation. Oh, he's unmuted. Oh, yep, that works then.
Dude, Cinder's all snuggled up. He's not coming out.
All right. Rollman, as we jump back to you, around about halfway around the front of the ship, as you explain this, Little Scarf kind of nodding along as she continues passing on the information towards Nar using sending, kind of repeating what you're saying as they nod, following after you. As you get around the other side, it looks to be a much bloodier battle. Around 30 ogres or so, roughly laying about the battlefield, and the Iron Warden's crew looks to be pretty badly beaten up. Many of them wearing what looks to be bright iron metal or iron armor with the symbol of the Ironheart kind of emblazoned upon their chest. Many of them carrying the sigil of James on their shield, and most of the crew looking almost battered and bruised to a point where there's more wounded than none. As you come
Is there
around,
any critically wounded that are about on death's door?
you can give me a professional mercenary check real quick.
Okay.
Or a heal. I'll take either.
I'm not good at heal.
I figured as much, but you know.
9.
9. It's hard to tell. Many of them look like they're wounded, and you can hear the cries. But they have medics and what looks to be clerics kind of going up and down their ranks, taking care of them. So nothing you're gonna be able to do as you kind of take a second looking on.
All right. Is the leader
Odger?
alive and standing?
As you look about, you do see Odger amongst the mist, taking order or giving orders as he shouts out. The rest of his Iron Warden crew, about 60 or so snowbeards, kind of scattered around him. He seems to be standing kind of in front of a fire, giving orders to a couple men who are grabbing bodies and moving them about. As you look over,
I'll walk over, and when there's a lull in his orders, I'll speak.
yeah, so you wait a few moments, hearing him shouting in Dwarvish for the for his crew to go, or for the two young recruits to go get the stretchers with the good potions. As they seem to nod and start running off into the darkness, Little Scarf kind of looks at you and then kind of looks back at Odger and kind of looks back at you for a second, just nods and kind of sits back. As Odger kind of looks at you almost expectantly as he waits to give another order.
Mm-hmm. Augur, report what happened on this side.
Sir Rolliman, oh God. He goes, as he wipes his face down, getting some of the muck of what looks to be dried blood off his face. You can kind of clearly see he's bruised all around his collarbone, and it's not hidden. His face, he's got a nice shiner around his eye. He looks like he went through a ringer in a bar fight. As he looks up and goes, well, no one's dead. It's the only good news we've got. Beyond that, these damn ogres caught the better of us. I thought we had the surprise on them. These damn things turned and attacked us out of nowhere. I didn't expect any of that. We thought we were visiting up with you lot, and as we were coming to meet with you, mostly to get ready to meet with you for breakfast, as I wasn't planning to bother you lot in the night, we saw Little Scarf and Nar-in-law and the rest of them, and saw another mercenary company off in the distance, and a couple of my men came back to report that after getting drunk with them, we found out that for some reason you lot had done something to piss off this group. Don't know anything about the mercenaries. They call themselves the Flame Brands. I assume it's some new group that popped up. Mixed race, so even worse in that case. We sent some men off in the direction, but Drift's crew decided to volunteer to help out. Figured it was something that they owed, so they went after him instead. The rest of us came this way, and then what do you know? Either side of your ship's got two crews waiting to climb up and try and get at you. We saw I think they're called Windwalkers, getting pulled up by Nar-in-law's crew, basically, and then tearing them down and attacking them. So we circled around, saw a group of ogres. I think I made the stupid decision here and decided to go after them instead of staying with attacking the Windwalkers. I should have made Nar-in-law go over here. Turns out, ogres hit a lot fucking harder in those clubs. They don't look sophisticated, but man, as he rubs his cheek, I lost 2 teeth to that.
I just chuckle a bit. Well, I'm glad you held strong.
Didn't have a choice.
I'll hand him a good healing potion.
And he kind of takes it, and kind of looks at you and goes, appreciate it, but I'm only down a little bit. And he kind of hands it to one of the wounded who willingly drinks it as his finger goes from smash as the bones start to crack back into place. Odger looks up at you and goes, hope you don't mind, the crew could use it more than I could. Most of mine's just surface level.
I expect it. Do these have any markings on them?
We could find, but we did find the rough blood kid that was on the top deck. Saw him jump down amongst the crew. Thought he was alive and coming to help us. Fortunately, it looks like he did not make it. One of my crew mistaken him for the wrong kind of ogre. Thankfully, we didn't hit him, but we didn't support him either when he got mugged. And three against one ain't good odds.
I'll just curse in primitive.
Hey, he took down 2 of them. I'll give the man credit. You gotta give him credit for that. If it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't have made it, because those 2 were nasty bastards.
You did well, Augur. You and your men.
I hope so. This is worse than that Lithotara war. Fuck. As he kind of leans back, cracking his back. Get too old for this crap.
Yes, I believe this is related to Clan Stone, because that's the markings of a couple. There were some more higher elites that made it onto the ship that we had to deal with.
That explains the message we got.
Message from
a few days ago when we landed here, James sent us a message saying something about that we're supposed to welcome in Alfred Stone as a close friend and recognize him as a basically new CEO and relative to James. I didn't buy any of it. I thought it was BS because, I mean, just don't get me wrong. James isn't the brightest tool on the branch here, but he ain't exactly stupid enough to hand over power to someone that's going to be an actual threat to him. So, figured we'd check it out. That's honestly half the reason I wanted to come over here and talk with you lot, was because I didn't think it was legitimate. I wanted to hear James say it to my face, because the orders he's been giving have been fucking strange recently. Told us to pass on stuff to Aldrin, and all this assassination stuff. I mean, it just didn't seem in character.
Mm-hmm. Aldrin's been compromised by this individual, probably. That's it is words.
Roman,
the injury that spoke to you.
Kind of nods at that. Roman, a little tired from the combat and still kind of jittery from it, as he looks on, looks at you and goes, that makes more sense. I was wondering why we were getting such weird orders. He also mentioned something about getting vengeance on that guy, and I've never heard of this individual. I thought you guys had a crew member that fit his description, but I didn't remember you naming him. Due to a weird white mask.
Mm-hmm. There's not a member currently on the crew.
He's no
mentioned we were gonna go after him and seal him up, kill him. I don't know, something along those lines. It was all really strange, but I'm not the guy who takes straight orders to question. James wanted us to go spread that rumor about Eider, and then he suddenly turns around on us and says not to do it anymore. I just assumed this was more of James's weirdness.
Yeah. When your men are fit, bring them on the ship. We'll meet and discuss this along with the Narn law.
Yes, that works for me. I know we have the crystals from the other shops that are willing to call in. The Mountain's Heart, Heart's Brew, the Tide's Heart, all three shop locations are all set up. Even the headquarters temporary employees are set up to call in if we need them. Kind of pulls out some crystals pulls out a bag full of what looks like communication crystals and hands them over to you.
If we're able to make a secure connection, we'll probably come up with some passcodes so that this can't happen again.
He nods and goes, I'd rather not fight a bunch of ogres again, not gonna lie. I'm a little stiff for this, and James made it sound a lot easier. Those stories you told us about when you lot managed to get those 4 brothers, ogres aren't that nice normally, it turns out. He kind of looks on with a chuckle.
That was mostly a lark.
All right.
Come
aboard when you're ready.
He nods as he kind of turns back to his men and starts giving orders once more. Little Scarf kind of follows after you as you head back, kind of out of the camp, and just kind of smiles up and goes, well, at least that one's actually himself.
It would appear to be.
It would have been really unfortunate if we had a spy amongst us.
Yeah.
Please bring him on the boat.
Little Scarf just kind of smiles up at you and goes, oh, I'm not the spy, honey. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. That's what they always say.
I am the spy in a sense, but not that spy. I give a true understanding to those above that makes sure we all live a good life.
Mm-hmm.
Please bring Little Scarf on the boat.
Where you heading,
Roland?
You're heading back to the ship? All right.
I'm bringing Little Scarf since I know they're more roguish. Investigate the frost giant, see if they can find something I didn't find.
Okay. As you two start heading back towards the ramp up onto the ship, we're going to take a quick minute because the DM needs to grab a refresher for his water and a few other things. We thank you, and we will be back in a millisecond for the viewers at home. All right, we're back. Appreciate everyone for taking a minute while I went and grabbed some food as well as some water as we return. Alright, as the fight ended and the Rollman heading up with Little Scarf up onto the ship, about the time you get up, you see as James is finally coming out of his stun, as he's just kind of standing there staring at the captain's quarters door, looking on it with the pile of bodies still behind him.
Did something stupid. But that's a trap.
Little Scarf just looks over at you and looks up at Rollman and nods and goes, of course it's a trap. It's always a trap.
Oh, hi, little Scarf. It's wonderful to see you again.
She nods.
We're gonna investigate the frost giant one more time, and then we'll
Cloud giants.
gather some people.
Oh, the actual frost giant body. Okay.
Yeah, because they're an actual rogue person. I want the actual rogue person to investigate the body.
Okay.
You know what? I can go get Nada.
Little Scarf goes in to look. James, you said you're gonna go get Nada?
They're in
one of the highest level people on the ship.
Yeah.
And also not a rogue.
Yeah, not a rogue at all. But as you, if you want to head down below, leaving as Roland kind of stands there, or walks over with a Little Scarf to look over the body.
If we're gonna breach and clear a fucking room, we need power, not just rogue.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Mm-hmm. Accurate. But as Little Scarf looks down, here, I'll roll this in the background. All right. Oh my God. Little Scarf looks up at you and goes, "What do you want to know?"
What killed them? Do you know, like, roughly body shape, body size?
She looks over and points at one of the cloud giants that you eviscerated and goes, "One of them."
One of them did it?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have any daggers.
They didn't climb up the side of the ship.
So what killed them at the top of the ship?
They can... Little Scarf looks over at their boots and goes, "Poor quality magical boots. I guess levitate of some sort. I think also all cloud giants can cast levitate on themselves. It's a pretty common spell amongst them." Oh, Little Scarf goes, "I apologize. Melvin's up and down falling feather, or feather falling spell."
Reverse feather fall.
Yeah, reverse feather fall.
Snort.
Little Scarf kind of smiles and kind of gives a knowing wink and then looks back down and goes, "My guess, the wound is from the spearhead, not a dagger. However, it's got a spell effect on it to make it look a lot more shallow than it is. Watch." And you see as Little Scarf casts a spell, and the spell on the giant completely removes the minor illusion on it that was there a moment ago, seemingly vanishing as you see a horrendous torn up body with holes in it everywhere, almost the size that you can stick your fist through, Rollman.
I see. This was not an expert assassin.
Well, Little Scarf looks up at you and goes, "No, it was. These wounds are superficial. I mean, they killed it. It looks like they killed it, but I would say these aren't what killed it. The throat cut's still what caught it. I'm more impressed that something caught up there without raising any alarms, because there's not exactly anything to hide you."
Mm-hmm.
By the way, where's the creature that did this? The actual creature, because there should be another giant around with a really big, like, metallic weapon, I'd imagine, given the holes in here.
Could be in the trap. We'll gather some people to check the headquarters, or the captain's quarters.
Little Scarf kind of looks over and nods and goes, "Well, there's magic going on, but your ship, that could be your ship."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, son of a...
As down below, James, you said you're going to go try and find Nada?
I was going to go grab her, yeah, because she should be on the ship. We haven't gone to the HQ, so...
Yep. As you head down below to lower deck, heading over to where her bunk is, she is not there. Give me a spot or search check.
Oh, my spot is better.
Hopefully.
Fuck me.
As you look about, I mean, you look under bunks, there's no sign. There's no sign of Nadolf. There's no signs of Nada anywhere. The kitchen's empty. As you wake a couple of the crew asking, no one seem to have seen her all day. As you look about, kind of heading into Rollman's room just in case, she's not there. Looking into Cinder's room, you see Cinder peacefully sleeping under a pile of snow, and as you think it's a little weird, closing the door, she's not there. Looking into your own room, no. Hammer and Forge seem to be kind of roughly awake at this point, working away in there once more. They look a little more tired than usual. As you look,
I guess I grab the next best thing. I grab Fist.
All right, as you go and look for the Loxodon, I will say he is fully out cold, laying on one of the on one of the beds. His trumpeting nose kind of lightly giving a bit of a siren as the other giants around him seem to have plugged their ears.
This is not worth it. I'm just going back up.
James just like stands, looks down at him, shakes his head, and walks away. He just heads back up. James realizing his elite crew is kind of useless on the days he needs them.
When I need them, they're not fucking there, because I doubt I see Rad anywhere.
You do not, which is also interesting. There's only one place they could be, which is the lower deck.
And while I'm tempted to go down there, time is of the essence. I don't want whatever's in there to kill my boat.
Mm-hmm.
Or me.
While James is doing that, I'm gonna go over the edge towards Nar. Says, Nar, you have your best fighter up here. We're going to check the captain's quarters, and I'll say the same thing to the Iron Wardens.
Okay. Nar will just give a thumbs up since you already have a little scarf with you.
I thought as much, but I was just gonna see if they wanted to bring it on.
Odger is just gonna look around at his crew and just kind of sighs and goes and grabs his weapon, dragging it across the ground as he walks towards you. And he is limping. He is not in good shape.
I give him a sign of respect.
As he kind of limps his way up to the top. At this point, James kind of popping his head at the same time out of the lower deck. As he comes up aboard, Odger kind of comes up. You see him kind of pull out his blade and kind of readies it, but he is not standing the grace. He's definitely not damaged horribly. He's not bleeding by any means, but he doesn't look like he's in great shape.
James, this man gets a bonus end of year.
Fair enough. Both of them, everybody who helped with this situation probably will, as I'll stand in front of Odger with my shield ready and my hammer ready.
Alright, I'll go with the scarf. You want to investigate the door? See if there's any direct traps on it?
No, Scarf just looks at you and goes, there's no traps on the door.
I'll just nod, look to the group, make sure everyone's ready.
Odger nods sadly.
James will nod in solidarity. This fucking sucks.
Okay, I opened the door.
As you open the door, almost immediately, you are welcomed by a darkness inside. That is almost magical. In nature. As you look on, there's nothing. It's just dark. And you hear an eerie voice with a slight trollish accent go, well, isn't that interesting? As James, you recognize the voice of Stan Standerson.
Stunned? What the hell?
Oh, James, my boy. Oh, apologies. You hear a snap. Suddenly, the magical darkness seems to suck in towards the center of the room, and you see Stan Standerson in his almost fancy nobleman's attire. Nice little suit, tie, all dressed to the nines, a little top hat that's leaning forward, and goes, I do apologize, a couple of documents in his hand. He goes, I was looking at what the assassin, or would-be assassins wanted, and I'm not really the fighting type, and they looked kind of mean, as he looks out, seeing the damage.
Motive, I'm sorry.
Yeah, feel free.
Popping a spell, sense motive for 32.
Oh. Okay. As you look on, he just kind of looks at you. And what are you trying to get from this sense motive?
How honest is he being right now?
Okay.
And overall, is this actually Stan Standerson? I don't trust shape changers right now because it's all a problem.
With that rule, it could be. It could not be. I mean, you're not familiar enough with Stan Standerson personally. You've only been working with him for a little while. However, he's dressed to the nines. He looks the part. Everything sounds right. The honest part, I mean, he's being honest. He does not, as you look at him, he doesn't have a weapon on him. And as he's a spy, you gather, he's probably not very good at fighting cloud giants, given they almost killed your party, who are an experienced group of adventurers. And as far as the he is holding documents in his hand. it seems to be the honest truth. Nothing about this scene looks to be a lie.
I'm on guard, but I'll let
Blade in
Jesse
hand, yep.
and Sanderson to continue. Because apparently they're still talking, or are they done talking?
Well, James just sense move as he looks over.
All right. What were they after then?
Oh! He kind of holds out in front of him as Rollman, still blades in hand, he kind of stands there, so kind of looking, giving a knowing look like he understands why and how suspicious this looks. But holds out a paper in front of him, and you see the employment registry of every employee that's ever worked for the Ironheart Merchant Company. How much they made, where they were last seen, what they were doing for the company. Not like specifics like, oh, assassin order, but like general, like opening up shop, researching goods, stuff like that. And then what looks to be finally the symbols and names of the companies that they work under, like the subsidiaries. As Stan Stanison kind of holds this out and goes, from what I can tell as he taps the paper, this is what they're looking for, and pulls out another piece of paper, and then you see James's little bit of research he's done on his own clan and the bastards of Venkos that he has written down. That normally was sealed away in a desk drawer that isn't normally accessible by anyone if you're looking at the desk. A little hidden compartment. And Stan Standerson kind of holds it up and goes, these were all scattered on the table from what I could tell. Other than that, a few ledgers here and there. And a chocolate. I did find that, but I assume that was, he looks over at James, your dinner.
Late night snack.
He nods and goes, I know, Sir Rollman, this may look suspicious, but I am a spy. It is my job to be suspicious. I do apologize for this awkwardness here. As he continues holding the documents out in front of him. He goes,
I'll slowly lower my weapon and shield.
You may take the documents.
I gesture for the documents so I can look at them.
Kind of hold him out as far from him as possible so he's not like coming towards you as he leans a little bit more forward, keeping his footing as best as he can as you kind of grab him. As you take him, the documents, first off, are real. They don't incinerate or anything as you look them up and down. And you see exactly that. You see James's handwriting, at least from an initial glance. You see the list of like fit bastards that James has gotten from Stan Standerson, each like his actual reports. As well as every member of the Ironheart Merchant Company that has ever worked for him and where they were last seen. James seems to have a surprisingly good tabs on most of your ex-employees.
Okay, seems legit. And was there any remaining that stayed inside while the others came out?
Not that I saw. I would probably be skewered, I will be honest. I don't have... Kind of leans down to his belt and goes, many weapons, So, as you can imagine, I'm not really wanting to tussle with it. It's something that could punch my existence out.
Of course. Do you believe any others remained that made it out of this scuffle?
Oh, most likely. Whoever was in here with the Cloud Giants before they vanished probably got away with something. It looks like there's a few things that are missing from what I can tell on the table and the dust patterns that James has left behind. Thank God your captain isn't big on dust cleaning. Alright, assume this is
useful when it's useful.
And he looks over and points to the desk and goes, you can see the imprints. There's 2 documents missing. My guesstimation, from what I've gathered of James's mini collections, looks to be the map that you had set out to go to the Dark Continent, I'd guess. No, apologies, Captain James. I did look into your reports in your desk when you weren't looking.
What map? We don't. That was sold in the downtime. We don't have a copy of it.
Kind of looks at you and goes, "Strange." Well, that's what I've noticed.
That was gotten rid of entirely.
There was one in the desk from what I saw last I visited you. But the second document, and probably the more important document, seems to be something I'm not sure, I'd guesstimate you didn't write on because it was crumpled and underneath your desk as he points down to what looks to be a couple of dust bunnies that to you all looks normal, but as he points to it, he goes, there's a setting here, there should be a little bit closer together. I'd guess something that James either crumpled up and threw away or something maybe Cinder or Sir Rolleman here, man, we're planning to throw away information you weren't supposed to see, James. Maybe information on an individual group, organization, such as the Crumps, for example. It seems this was a focused attack, if I had to gather, as he looks about the area, the rest of the room, and goes, you probably landed into something you're not supposed to.
Is that criminal piece
Story
of paper
of my
ring any
life.
bells?
Sorry, go ahead, Roland.
Does that criminal piece of paper ring any bells, like, for any of us?
Give me, let's go with an intelligence check on that.
Alright.
Cinder, who is not in the room and unconscious, does not need to, as he is a lover, not a fighter. Prove that, huh? 13. Alright. As you look on...
Fourth James trying to remember.
There's too many papers. You don't remember all of them.
I need a lot of paperwork.
As you think back, the only thing that comes to mind is that one of the crew members had delivered something to James that James didn't want to see, and seemed to... You remember Ruhlman just having come in right at the end of this conversation. One of the Frost Giants seemed to have learned something from Cinder. Something apparently that James didn't want to know, and you never caught anything, as James didn't speak about when you came in to ask. But apparently when he delivered this, James didn't look at the document. All you saw is the paper hit the desk as they seemed to be having a conversation, fearing it was going to get violent. You opened the door to go inside, and James seemed to crumple it up and throw it to the ground and say he wanted nothing to do with it, and the Frost Giant stormed out. Interestingly enough, as you think about it, the Frost Giant on the crow's nest was the same one that had done that day.
An inside man, perhaps.
To James's general memory, James, you loosely remember one of your crew members coming in late at night to bother you about information that Cinder had learned, that Cinder had specifically told you should not know this information. It is dangerous to the crew, and it would be dangerous for your livelihood. Taking it serious, you decide to stay out of it. Hearing some of the key words as the Frost Giant started speaking, you remember roughly closing it off, but you don't remember what the topic was beyond that.
I shut down the There was one document that was brought to me late at night by one of the crew. Something Cinder had found out and told me beforehand to keep my nose out of if I want to keep my ass out of the fire, as he put it. So I'm just going to make a little bin with prestidigitation to burn little papers from now on. God damn.
Stan Stanison kind of takes that and nods it out.
I remember it might have been that same Frost Giant that was killed tonight.
Kind of nods at that and goes, well, it sounds like whoever knows this information is the one that's being targeted. If I had to put a guess on it, Cinder knows something. Or someone else here told Cinder something, and that's caused your whole situation. Won't you tell me one thing? If it was Alfred Stone like you all seem to be looking at the face of, that would make no sense. Or it tells us that whoever Alfred Stone's working with is involved in this situation. By your faces, though, as he looks about... Oh, go ahead, Roland.
Personally, I don't believe this would be Alfred Stone. Their symbols aren't of his clan per se. It is a slight modification.
Stan Sanderson nods at that and goes, and that's exactly the thing. It's crude. Using weaker assassins that seem to be chained, and this doesn't seem right. Something about this whole thing seems fishy. Like this is more of a message being sent to you than anything else.
Not only that, if this was Stone, he would have just shown up and put Roland's head up his ass.
Stan Stanison just looks at Sir Roland for a moment and goes, you see a look of, like, concern for a moment, and then just a nod as he kind of accepts what's going on.
Do you believe these three groups were all of the same?
Oh, yes. I think whoever set this upon expected to take you lot in surprise and overwhelm your crew. Which, given what we saw with the Frost Giant on the, up there on the crow's nest, it seems like he probably had a good shot. Oh, also, I did see something that caught my attention. There was a figure. I thought you guys were dealing with it. There was a fourth figure, now that I think about it. Something shadowy it looked like. I'm not 100% sure this wasn't magic, to be honest. But something went off with a figure, like, wrapped up in a big white sheet. I assume that someone was kidnapped. I thought it was one of you lot, to be honest.
How big?
Couldn't tell you. I saw it for the briefest of moments. The corner of my eye, and it looked like a shadow figure carrying it. If they hadn't contrasted so much with each other, I probably wouldn't have noticed.
All right. Well, we'll have a meeting. I'll go wake up Cinder in a bit, and they can maybe...
We'll have it in the morning. Let him sleep. If you wake him up now, you're liable to get shot with ice.
I think it'll be fine. I think it's rather important.
I just give you the deadest of looks.
I'll leave it up to you, James. It is your decision. Don't you believe we should get to the bottom of this?
In the morning with everybody, because as I look to Hodger, he needs sleep. On laying wage, if he's this bad, his crew is either worse or about the same. And we need to also check the bottom of the ship for Nada, because she is not in her bunk.
We got missing people? That could be a very good person that got taken away. Alright. This ship is big enough to support both Nar and the Iron Wardens, right?
Food-wise, yes. I mean, people have to sleep a little bit more cozy with each other, but theory, yeah, they should be able to partner up. If they do it in shifts, they should be able to be comfortable.
Alright, let's gather everyone up.
Edgar nods and goes, and he looks at you, and then Little Scarf kind of seems to nod, giving a smile. As the crews will start to slowly head their way up. And it'll take about an hour before most of them will get up on the upper deck of the ship and be able to move so many injured and, So
while they're doing that, I'll do a quick check to see if there's anyone else missing besides Nada, apparently.
Okay. Give me a search check as you head down below.
I will assist with that.
Ooh.
Because I'd rather make sure I have my people, because I pay good money for these people.
Says every CEO in America these days.
Take the +2.
Dude. That James rolls like a CEO too. It doesn't matter, so he doesn't have to care. And as always, his right-hand man's doing all the work to charm things. All right. Rollman, as you head down below looking about, James kind of tired, exhausted, annoyed, finds himself more working amongst the crew, trying to organize beds, trying to get them set up as he kind of comes down with you to the lowest deck for a moment, and then as he sees there's no clear threat, turns and starts heading back up to go and organize the men, not really having the time to help you as you head down below. Heading further in, you do notice the potion crane are still there. The other creatures amongst the little barn you have set up at the lower deck all seem to be there. Thankfully, the Great Freezer is still there. Which James notes specifically before going up to check on. But as you go through,
it's all expensive.
You do notice a second thing. Nadoth is also missing.
That's not good. That's a child.
Yep, the child and his mother have both vanished as you go amongst the lowest deck. There seems to be no signs of them as you go back up against the second deck, where the most of the barrack troops are. Counting amongst the faces, it seems almost strange. It might be the fact that you're seeing an influx of crew, but something about this seems off. Your count says you've got the right amount of crew, but Nada and Nadoff are missing, so there should be a 2 count short. Which is you look around.
I don't recognize?
Give me... We'll go with a profession mercenary for this.
Okay.
See how good... Huh?
Time to catalog everyone in the ship.
Yeah, right?
I believe I probably would have done that already. I'm the top bodyguard. I should know everybody on the ship.
Yep. It's just whether he knows people in the background. And as you're looking about, there's 2 frost giants that look to be sitting by themselves that look to be a little strange. Their eyes are white slightly and almost like they're blind, and they both seem to, as you've been like kind of getting a talking to amongst the crew likes you for the most part, Roman. Many of the guards, most of the crew will go up and talk to you pretty willingly and openly without concern, many joking and chatting with you just in commons. These 2 seem to not be avoiding you, but you've noticed as you go close to their bunks, they just seem to quiet their conversation and stick to themselves, which none of the other crew do. I mean, yeah, there's the occasional napper and irritated man, but this is weird.
Okay.
But other than that, the rest look to be all the normal people.
I don't show anything that I've discovered anything, and I will. What would be best for detaining people? Probably the lawyer, huh?
Nar and Lar. Little Scarf is the question.
Do a little scarf.
As you head back above deck.
Yep, I'll find a little scarf, and
Okay.
I'll tell them we've got two criminals I do not recognize. Need help probably detaining them.
Little Scarf looks up at you with a smile and goes, "Oh, wait here 5 minutes. I promise I won't cause any damages. But Nar doesn't let me do any of my spells anymore when we're not in combat. So just wait here. It'll be safer that way."
Okay, I'll describe the two of them.
As Little Scarf kind of listens to you for a moment, getting every description, kind of getting a few extra details as the two of you discuss for a moment. She nods, smiles, and rubs her paws together as she starts to head down below, and you just get the slightest strange concern for those two poor individuals. But it's gone as quick as it shows up, Rollman.
Oh, for sure. Roman is doing his job right now.
Yeah.
There's no emotions right now.
As the rest of the crew or rest of the group start to kind of come above board, and as a few moments go by and you hear a squeal from down below, a few moments go by after that, and Little Scarf comes up with what looks to be two bound individuals that, as you look on them, they are not of giant descent. They are elves.
What the fuck?
Little Scarf just looks at you and goes, "Oh, illusion magic," as she hands the rope to you.
Yeah. I was more talking about like what the fuck. There's elves on the ship. I don't recognize these two.
Not immediately. James, as you're standing up there seeing them, you do not either.
James is rubbing his temples because he's going to attempt something. I don't have divinity for this, but I've already connected to her before. Can I sense where Nada is? The only person that I've spent divinity on that's still alive.
That's true.
Here, one sec. I just making sure something. Did one of you just ping me?
No.
What the? Okay, that's weird. All right, sorry.
Nope.
That's strange. I'll bring it up afterwards.
The biggest mystery here: why is Little Scarf suddenly a woman?
Little Scarf's always what?
No, they were male.
Was it?
You're thinking of Neff's cat person.
I thought Little Scarf was.
You're thinking of Ultima, not Little Scarf.
I ran the Little Scarf sheet to check in the background. No, he's male.
Oh shit! I have his character sheet. Oh, it is. Oh my bad. I didn't look that high.
He's becoming closer to. He's becoming an existence closer to Raleigh. Gender shift.
I thought it was a plot point.
That
was
no.
Like, did someone replace fucking Little Scarf?
No, I thought that was why. I thought you had made Little Scarf also a female as a reference to Durali. My apologies. That was what was going through my head. Yes, my apologies to retrofit that. No, well, so as far as it goes, it is a he. I fully mistook that. But as the Little Scarf kind of hands you the two elves, they seem to be beaten slightly, a little bit of bruising around their eyes, some teeth their mouths slightly swollen up. They don't look in great shape, but they seem to have bright bluish or bright brownish hair and slightly tannish skin as they look onto you. Their eyes a little bit more blue, but mixed with what looks to be a brown in there.
Okay.
And James, sorry. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
James, I was gonna have James roll something real quick, because I think James, have you roll me an intelligence check, or knowledge history. I'll take either.
For
seeing if you can recognize these two at all.
Knowledge history is a little higher, so I'll probably go with that. Because I had asked about being able to track Nada, since she's the only one I spent divinity on.
Yeah.
Okay, I misheard you. 6. Okay, cool. Firstly, for the elves, yeah. Yeah, you don't recognize them, sadly. I mean, other than Rollman, you haven't had to deal with any elves that you can recall that were really prominent. And as far as the tracking Nada thing, yeah, give me a I think that just give me a wisdom check. We'll call it.
It's better.
15. As you try to reach out, you get a sense she is heading north of you, but you don't get how far, and nor do you get where exactly.
Do I get... I'm guessing I don't get much else.
Correct.
God fucking damn it, Nada.
However, you now have a heading, from what you can tell, of where she's heading.
Yep, we're heading. I will address the two elves, and I'll speak in primitive to them.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
One of them looks up at you and spits on the ground at your feet. The other just kind of looks at the one that just spat and just kind of shrugs and looks at you.
I punched the one that spit.
Make an attack.
Okay. Unarmed attack.
They're bound. This is a coup de grace.
No, I'm not fucking killing them.
That would be a hell. Listen, I only need one of you.
True.
I might do that.
You have to be helpless. You can still move while bound.
They can.
They're
That's
restrained.
true.
They're not helpless.
They'd have to be unconscious.
It's different. 16 did.
16 does hit. Go ahead and roll your D4 I think it is for a punch.
No, my punches are harder because I become a little monk.
Oh, that's right. You are monk. Oh fuck, this got hurt.
I got strong punchies. I just have to look up what damage monks do because I don't fucking remember.
At least I didn't enlarge him first to make this hurt more.
I want to say it's a D8, but I'm not sure.
It's for D8 for large, which.
Oh, is it large? Okay.
So that'd make it a D6 for medium.
Mm-hmm. But I treat that as large as my race.
Oh yeah.
That's fine. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. As you punch him, you watch as he drops unconscious.
And I look at the other one. Who are you?
Not unconscious, as he says in primitive.
Mm-hmm. So is he not going to say anything more?
Just looks at you as if answering the question with satisfaction.
I try and make him flinch by going for a punch again, but stopping.
Oh, you're gonna go for a feint?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's actually a monk thing.
No. That's not a monk thing. I think it's the only thing you can just do.
Alright, yeah. It's an actual specific feat, or thing you can go through. But yeah, give me a bluff check. And it'll be their sense motive, which I don't have anything invested in, so... 6. Can you do better than a 6 with your bluff?
I can, because I'm actually good at bluff. 10.
10?
I'm +7, okay?
As you gotta swing at him, he just kind of jukes back, trying to dodge out of the way of it, and looks up at you and goes, "Alright, fine. I don't actually have a name. We didn't earn our name.
What are you doing on this ship?
Killing James of the Ironheart, of Clan Ironheart.
For what purpose?
Because I was told to. I don't get mission details. We're not told who the people are. We're just given gold and told, hey, kill this person, and given a picture of them.
Okay. By who?
Again, I just get a letter. I don't know. And gold is handed to us. There's sometimes a courier, sometimes some random child off the street, sometimes an old man. I don't know.
Are you part of some guild, or are you just hired assassins?
We worked in the Fortress of Carmen for a few years. There was one of the guilds that took us in, but recently we've been doing just free work. It's a lot better paying. At least it was. As he looks down at his friend, he's unconscious.
Mm-hmm. How much were you paid?
Well, it wasn't really. To be fair, this was more of a cheaper payment. Only 100,000 gold pieces, but this was payback for someone messing with my little brother. We were told that this James fella was the guy that was involved in the supposed troll cut pursing. He built up a whole thing. A group that wants him dead is, I imagine it's them.
But just because they unsuccessfully robbed someone, they wanted to kill him?
No, to be fair, the money is what made us want to kill him. The fact that he would let a poor child take off something like that and bring it back to their boss, that almost got him killed. I don't think your friend James understands him playing and toying with lives like a nobleman. The man needs to be brought down, and payment was just a bonus.
Even though he committed a crime, do you think that he...
So I'm trying to kill your boss. What do I give a damn about crime? It's about morality. Your boss deserves to die for getting young people almost killed. Cut purses are one thing. He could easily have kept that thing off of himself. It's not like they even got near his coin.
Yes, for that reason. It's called a deterrent for a reason.
Yeah, well, now it came to bite you in the ass as he spits on the ground.
I kick him.
Gotta roll an attack.
No, he's spitting on my ship. I'm getting pissed over here.
You can't. I mean, do you speak primitive, James?
No, I only know the curse words.
Yeah, so
We've
you just
already been
see,
over
you
this.
just see these two like speaking at each other as Roman like
And then
seems
he
to be
spits on the
communicating.
fucking
47
boat.
damage.
That hits.
This is a subdual damage. I'm
Okay.
trying to, like, knock him out.
Gotcha.
5 points of damage.
Well, thankfully you wouldn't be able to knock him out with 5. As you punch into it, or as you kick into him, hitting into his leg, he kind of like jumps up and kind of swears in primitive as he looks over at you. James kind of catching one word he recognizes as he looks up, or as the elf looks up at you again, and goes, "God damn, you half breeds are mean." As he rubs his leg.
Should deserve some respect.
Respect my ass. Your clan doesn't deserve anything. And he spits on the ground again and goes, "Your mother is nothing but a harlot and she's been taken away anyways. You don't got anything to go back to. What are you going to do about it?" He flipping... You traitor, as he looks up at you.
Bunch of primitives.
He just glares and goes, "Hey, that's why no one wants someone like you around. That's why they're trying to kill you. Don't give a damn about your people and you just want to see a loss of all their lives. You don't care about us. The fact that we're hunted and used for sport. We're enslaved by these filthy creatures."
I care about ones that can prove themselves to not fall before other people's boots.
Well, how's this for proof? As he smiles at you and goes, "We've already managed to kidnap your lover. We got the baby. We're going to make sure they pay the same way you should have until you hand over James."
They're gonna get killed. They're gonna get killed by Nada. This explains a lot. This explains why she's going north.
I'm the wrong person.
Where did you take them?
We were given specific orders by the guy. Earth Genasi fella said that the orders came down from high up top. Or to take him to some guy named Utham, I don't know, some weird ass name. It sounds giant to me.
I'm going to behead a king.
Interesting. Well, is that all you wish to tell me?
You're gonna kill me, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna hand you over to my good friend Nar.
He looks over at Nar, who's kind of like over in the distance, tending to some of the injured from from the Iron Warden. And kind of Elf looks back at you and smiles and goes, "No, you're not." As you hear a crunch in his mouth, and he immediately choosing to. Well, actually, you can't choose to fail save technically. Do you have to roll it, even though I can't make it?
Guys, in the morning, I can reincarnate him.
As he bites down on his tooth, something sounding like it cracks, and Rollman and James, you see as a foam begins to fill his mouth. Immediately, as the body or the foam starts to turn greenish and burn the body as the individual collapses from the damage.
Which tooth was it?
It would be a back tooth from roughly.
I'm
gonna go pull the one out of the other guy's mouth.
Let me finish. I wasn't doing that. Calm down.
Also, James
It's not your
medicine.
Yeah, Rollman. All right, let's see what you got, man. Well, you're gonna reach down, try and pull out the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Being careful not to crack it, of course.
Yep, of course.
I'll help, I guess, since I see
give
him doing this. And I have iron medicine.
We'll say a dex check to start it, and then a strength check to pull it out.
Right.
Dex is just mostly to get it in there without this individual waking up and biting you randomly.
Yeah, Cameron, not exactly healed to physically rip out a tooth.
Yeah,
It's a
so I'm not
medical
feeling this, man.
procedure. It's dental
Listen,
work.
There's nothing medical about
No,
this.
what Rollman's about to do is take his 2 fingers, he's going to pinch the tooth and pull. This is about to hurt.
You know what? Can I just go get him a pair
That's
of
a dex,
calipers
16
for my
succeeds.
blacksmithing kit? Just,
Yeah.
There you go, these will help.
As James heads down the stairs, vanishing out of sight, where Rollman gets his fingers in there and wraps them around the creature's tooth. Go ahead and give me your
strength.
The strength check does not pull out the tooth. You need one more, buddy.
Do it again. I'll just keep going.
Alright, you want to give him another yank? Alright, as James makes further progress down the stairs looking for his blacksmith tool. 13. You pull it, you...
keep him in a bag with me.
As you're running around your bag, I'm just going to rip the tooth out.
As the elf suddenly wakes up, shocked from the pain, as the tooth comes pulling out as you hold it in the air. The elf looks up at you, jaw starting to swell and speaking as if his lips are mushed, and goes, What the hell?
I'll make sure he can't bite real quick as I make sure this tooth is actually this, because it could be a different tooth in this guy.
What, you gonna take a boot from one of the corpses and shove it in his mouth or something? Like, what's the plan? Oh, do you have rags on you?
I rip off the guy's clothes that killed himself.
God
That's as you kind of look at the other guy, look at his. The guy looks up, like mouth swelling and kind of looking, wondering what you just did as his jaw is like hurting. As you look over at the body, grab down on it, like around his neck, and just give it a quick clean and jerk as the body falls through. And as you take the torn shirt and shove it into his mouth, looks on it, you can hear muffled like surprise on something going on he's trying to say, but as you shove the shirt in, he seems to be annoyed. Can't bite though.
Mm-hmm. I'll crush the. Actually, I'll inspect the tooth first real quick.
Yeah. What was that, Roman? Go ahead.
I'll inspect the tooth that I pulled out to see if it's a poisoned capsule or not.
Yeah, give me
search.
I'd say search to see if you notice any modules. That'll work. I'd say knowledge, like alchemy or nature. I don't think alchemy is an actual knowledge. So knowledge, nature would probably be what the poison is.
Okay, I'll do nature then.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. 12.
You have no idea if you've never seen this poison before in your life.
I drop the tooth and smash it.
As you do, you watch as the tooth kind of crushes into this like white powder, the outer tooth, and the inner, what you realize is what looks to be this like red liquid, like a tree sap begins to foam and smoke. The tooth kind of crumbling into it, the white turns the red coloration to green, and you see as it becomes acidic. It does not burn through the deck of the ship, but it does start to burn the deck of the ship. So you'll have a nice little charred mark there.
Going to snap and get prestidigitation that away immediately over the ship.
As you do, Roman kind of looking down, Roman, you can still see the little singe mark of where it initially hit and started to burn before James's prestidigitation went off.
I look to the prisoner. You got any more poisoned teeth? I can start ripping out more teeth unless you tell me.
With a mouthful of torn shirt, he looks up at you and goes, "No."
It's motive.
Do you know what? While he's doing that, seeing what Rollman just pulled out of his mouth, I'm gonna cast Detect Poison on the man.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is.
I was doing the old-fashioned way. I would call it intimidation.
19, okay. And you're just trying to see if he's telling the truth?
Yeah.
To his knowledge, he's telling the truth.
Well, okay.
James?
Detect Poison.
Let's see what you, let me double check the
I think it just detects poison.
Yeah, let me because there's always specific descriptions in this. I've learned my lesson with these. Creature object area has been poisoned or is poisonous. This individual is not poisoned or poisonous, that you can tell. Give me a wisdom check, though. Or if you have craft alchemy, you can use a craft alchemy instead.
No, I got.
Well, that does succeed.
I needed that a bit ago with the fucking. God damn it.
Let me pull up. I didn't think you'd actually get this. Give me a minute. Let me find my note on here for what you sense, because this is not going to be fun. Where's my little crawling? I've got a. So I'm just looking for the proper name of it. It's. Give me a second. No, where is it? It's the crawling spider one, because Sunday just dealt with it recently. There it is. Swarming spider bites. I'm sorry. Is the spell. What you realize is that this individual has a poison in his stomach that is what you get from what you can tell from the detect poison. Seems to be the poison, specifically swarming spider bite. A poison which is notorious for ancient ruins. And like of the demon lords, as well as crypts. Not many people in the modern day know how to work with this stuff. Only a few very rare poison guilds actually have the ability to manage the materials.
And this is already in a system, so
It's, yeah, from what you can tell, it's inside his body. Most likely, this individual is probably set to expire at some point. With your wisdom check of a nat 26, you'd guesstimate. I mean, you don't know how the poison's supposed to activate. If it's like a bag, if he's going to take damage, like he needs to be kicked in the stomach. But whenever it does, it's going to be almost instant, and he will die. And he is supposed to be dead.
Well, I look at Roland. He's got a poison in his stomach that's going to kill him instantly.
Interesting. I put the rag back in his mouth.
You see his surprise as his eyes go wide, looking up and go, and you hear the what underneath this.
I stop Roland as I look at him. Yeah, you do. Fucking sucks, doesn't it? Your employer doesn't trust you at all.
Give me a diplomacy check, James. As Roland kind of turns around and look at you and asks you if you know what the poison is.
Swarming spider bite.
Okay.
Give me a profession mercenary, Roland, to see if you recognize that.
God fucking damn it! I need a good roll.
Rollman, you would recognize this as a very common thing for a specific clan of elves, mostly the Darkskin or the Drow amongst the elven clans, that use this poison as a honorable death. It's to avoid being eaten by their enemies, because that, of course, being the greatest. Both to some clans, the greatest honor, being defeated and eaten, but to others, it's basically the grandest insult to say you were eaten by another. And this basically would poison the body to a point where you would not want to touch it. It wasn't uncommon for many of them to use. Yeah, go ahead.
That'll be a 14. I forgot to add a 2.
Yeah, roughly from what you know, James, this poison. Wait, you have profession mercenary?
No, this is the diplomacy check you asked for.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait. All right. For the 12, as you say this, he looks
14,
up.
because I forgot to.
As he looks up at you, the surprise in his eyes and seem to harden, and he just seems to give you a glare as if he expects you to try and now deal with him in a similar fashion. From what you heard earlier, James, based on what the other guy was kind of saying to Rollman, there seems to be some issue with someone on this ship. This isn't something that was not personal, from what you can tell.
I'm gonna look at him dead in the eyes and just go, look, we're gonna get your friend here revived, and we'll leave you with Nar. He should be able to hopefully deal with the poison in you.
I just start when James mentions what poison is. I just start chuckling a little bit. He's like, and I look questioningly at the elf. You didn't know about this? It is very common practice.
Looks up at you, changing his glare at James to you to a little bit more wide eyes, and shakes his head no.
Were you drugged at some point?
He nods up and down.
Figures.
James will lean down, and this isn't much, but it's more than he deserves at this point, as I'll pat his cheek and heal him for 1 point of damage.
Thank you! As the spider bite begins to activate. I fucking appreciate you. I've been waiting for this the entire time. And I
didn't think that was gonna kill him.
I can't succeed the save.
They'll be alive in the morning. I'm gonna get to them.
They'll come back.
No, well, their con is immediately drained as the elf's body goes, basically, as you, lightly tap him, everyone else sees as his body starts to suck into itself, like the moisture is being drained out of it, and becomes hollow as his eyes roll back, and almost begin to, start to roll out of the socket as the socket opens up. The creature's body almost immediately expires, James, as you look down.
What'd you do?
I healed him. I look at you with blatant honesty and pure shock. I guess I found the trigger.
As you look down, you can see the rag is starting to already dampen with something as it's absorbing a lot of something quite quickly.
Don't touch that rag.
Yeah, we'll have Cinder revive them in the morning.
Do I know how this poison is? It like a ingested poison?
Yes. Yeah, ingested.
Ingested. So it should be okay to touch it.
Correct.
When it's doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As long as you don't have an open wound or anything that it could theoretically get into and then find its way to your stomach. Yeah.
I pull out one of the empty bottles and I'm gonna squeeze the rag into it.
Okay. As you get an 8-ounce vial of swarming spider bite bile.
Cool. By the way, Rollman, I couldn't keep up with your conversation. We only ever covered the curse words when you were teaching me primitive. I can tell you this, Nada is heading north.
Yes, I believe a third individual with these two kidnapped Nada and her child. Seeing as these
They're going
people
to die.
How do you know they're going to die?
I look at you blankly. They put Nadaf in danger. She's going to gut them like a fish.
Oh, you mean the people that captured? Well, what if Nada is, bound?
She can disconnect her hand at will, slip out of it. I think she's good.
Potentially.
We'll still go catch up with her, but...
This seems to be related to a dark elf or drow clan. But judging from that poison, that is a very common practice from them. That there's some people that use it. And then Nada is from that drow clan, correct?
Correct.
Very interesting.
Did they say why they were even here?
Oh, they were here to kill you. Because apparently the one cut purse that grabbed the turret brought it back to the boss, and they were very heavily insulted. And now they're taking it on you.
I'm going to have to start beheading criminals. Because I'm getting sick of this shit.
It's just a kid. Oh, I don't know why they're so...
Oh, no, not the kid. I'm talking to the boss. The kids are innocent. They're just trying to make a living. I feel bad for doing that, but rather than them getting the bag of coining that has hundreds of thousands of gold in it, they take something that is worth a couple 100,000 if they could sell it. It just stinks like high hell.
Do we know about Cinder's reincarnation?
James does.
I was going to say...
talk about it.
The druidic magic's pretty well known to the world. It's a pretty well known practice that shamans and druids can bring people back to life. Even more so amongst like primitives who would seek them out to like heal their relatives and such most often because they don't have many clerics. So yeah, it would be a not 100% common knowledge about reincarnate, but it would be knowledge that druids are known to bring people back to life, or capable of it rather.
Okay.
But as you kind of look back at the two, thinking, kind of coming up with a plan, as the night carries on, the rest of the crew kind of settling in. We're going to end things here, I think, as Rollman and James kind of start to put together what they want to do next, and get a little bit of time to rest for the night, as they get people organized into shifts to watch over the ship. We thank you all for watching this. We hope you've enjoyed, and we will see you all next time. Bye!